With me while I show you what I'm eating today as a white transmasculine, femme non-binary, temporarily mostly able-bodied, neurodivergent, obsessive-compulsive, chronic Leo, culturally Jewish, Unitarian, Universalist, non-monogamous, STEM Leo, romantic, gray, demi-bisexual, a survivor of acute complex trauma, millennial, and cat parent in mental health recovery.
It's a trap!
Hold on, dude. Yeah. Hold on, Chad.
I will read you to filth.
Chad! Oh, Chad!
It's Sunday. We're going to sell you the whole seat, but you'll only need the edge. How's everybody doing, TGIS? Thanks for being here. My camera's a lot closer now. I had the accident in here and, snapped off one of my monitor stands. I had to get a new monitor fucking arm doodad. Oh, can I say that? Yeah, we're almost at 3 minutes. That's why you have a longer intro. Because when you slip an F-bomb, you're okay. Good to see you all. Thank you for being here. Without further ado, I think the Chadholes are going to get a little, we're going to get a little raw dog tonight because a couple good buddies of mine, we haven't hung out in a hot minute. I can't remember the last time we all hung out together and had a threesome, but it's happening right now. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the glorious East Coast of these United States of America. If you're not from the USA, I'm sorry. I'm not picking on you. It's just, geographically factual. All the way from the land of the toy gains, my good buddy, Angelo. What's up, dude?
Chad.
You guys didn't know who was going to come in first, did you?
Yeah, I was waiting for it. Last time I was here, you were at 5K subs, okay? And I told you, yeah. And I was like, 10K is around the corner. And 10K came really fast for you. So congrats. I'm sure I texted it to you or something. But what's up, Chad?
I'm sure you did. However, before we bring in the main antagonist of the evening, I got to say, backstage, you called me fucking fat.
No, wait.
You said I used to be fat.
I did not say he used to be fat. Okay, raw dogs and Chadholes. Don't listen to this guy. Said he looks great.
Sure.
Said you look great. And then wanted you to drop off the weight because you were heavier. That can mean a lot of things. Certainly not fat.
Yeah.
Fat
Yeah. No.
fuck.
Yeah. Jay Wood says raw dogs and Chadholes.
It's gonna be. What is that? Is
how
that
to break
sexual?
the interwebs? We're gonna find out in a couple of seconds. Yeah, but everybody who's here, right? Bring back Fat Chad.
Yeah, let's get him back.
This Motasarure, he's on board with that too because he's like, I liked you when you were a fucking Goomba. And I'm like, I was never the Goomba of my family. Yeah, I never was. Bro, Chadholes, you nice. Skyfall says, actually, plus size. Actually, it was plus sized. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm down with plus size. That's cool.
That's
Tony,
nice.
you a bastard. It's not Tony. That's Angelo. You fargan ice hole.
Drunk. He's drunk, man. He's at what show is going on? Joe Fest. He's been there.
Yeah, he's at Joe
drunk all
Fest.
week. Yeah, I've been
He's
watching his lives. He's like a kid in a candy store.
Kaiju Kitty says chonk holes.
Chonko sounds good.
Fat
Chonko
Chad
sounds like
with
a
a PH.
snack.
Yeah. Fat Chad with a PH. Speaking of PH, fat.
What's up, gang?
What's up?
Jerk.
You gotta get the jazz hands at the end.
Yeah.
Of it. Otherwise,
Jazz hands
I'm gonna
music,
put you
man.
guys up here. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh.
Hey, this is the
I
jazz
love
hands sold it. I like being up here. I'm never up here. Listen,
What's new,
fuck.
gentlemen? What's going on? What do you got over there? Jerky, you got a dragonfly and a fucking Robo
I got
McSkull?
everything's on
You
that.
got a
table.
Robo McSkellington over there?
Yeah.
Neato.
Yeah, even this one hasn't gone up there yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh man, I found the freaking Ertl diecast 118 A-Team van. It's not cheap.
No, no. And,
Hey, I need that. I have the O-ring A-Team guys, and I grabbed the van. I was like, I don't need that.
yeah, it's rare. I hardly ever see that shit come in this store.
There's one store in Albuquerque. You know what? And we're going to come back around. We're going to talk about stores and trends and how do you see that going from your foxhole, because you work in the biz.
Yep.
But there's this one store. It's in the biggest mall in Albuquerque. It's called GDE. I told this story before. My wife and I call it goddamn expensive because it's all this dude's lifelong collection.
Yeah.
And as any of us who have been in the high-end collectible stores knows, the higher you go on the wall, the more expensive the shit is, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
He has one die-cast Ertl A-Team van.
Oof.
And it is mid-range 3 digits. So I was
Damn.
like, I'm trying to get doors for my Defiant. I don't think so.
Yeah.
And of course now, sob story of last week, I got to replace a bunch of shit.
Oof. Well, let me
So-
know parts wise. So, because we have part bins everywhere. Like, I never throw, like, if a vehicle's broken, I strip it down in the parts and we just throw
Oh,
it in
yeah.
buckets. And then, so
Yeah.
let me know anything that might be real bad.
Yeah, some stuff was a little. I mean, the things that I knew were broken as I was bringing in all the. I'm sure a lot of people saw my Instagram post as I was bringing in a lot of the cabinets. I'm like, well, gee, I got to get these boxes out of here. So like, they're either like going behind these cases or out in the freaking front yard. And I'm setting up all the display cabinets, and I went to move my Terradrome. And I knew that one gun emplacement was already like snapped. But then when I found the pieces on the floor, I was like, no, I'm going to keep them. And I was like keeping all the little shattered blue plastic pieces. Anybody who owns a Terradrome knows how flimsy those are.
Yes. The whole
And my
thing.
fire bat's all fucking sad and like knocked over in the launch bay. And I was like, no, I'm going to fix you. But yeah, it was all good. Larry Menchaca. Just singing Toy Gains. YOJOEJERK, here's a bone, and it's Chad Dog.
Great song.
I just wrote that.
That's a good one.
It's a hit. Better than most songs I hear.
Yeah. So I told these two fine gentlemen, everyone who's here, I told them earlier, back by popular demand and numerous requests, we're bringing back the secret word. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I thought, what better Sunday to bring back the secret word than hanging out with you two fine questionable gentleman. And the week before I'm gone at DFW, and I won't be streaming like this next week, but I will be streaming from DFW. I'm going to try numerous times a day. But are you guys ready? You ready?
I'm ready. Locked and loaded.
Born ready.
Now? Do it now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go.
Today's
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that was all fancy.
That was really
animated and shit.
I don't know if we deserve that, jerk. I mean,
I know.
Sure you do.
Wow, getting there.
Look, I went into my editing program and I literally typed dog, and it was like the third thing that came up, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use that one.
Perfect.
Yeah, because
Perfect.
it's June, right?
Mhm.
We're all a little homoerotic, a little bit.
Yeah,
So
it's seeping into my mental
it's
cranium,
apropos,
and it's right in there. The Mets have lost every game since they had their night.
Yep, I've been hearing about that from my old man.
So everybody hanging out with us here in the chat tonight, you got to remember the rules of the secret word. If I read it, if I get tricked into reading it,
Yeah.
there you go. I know how people will always trick me into reading it, but I think that's a little low ball. Yeah. So we'll see. Right off the bat. You see it right off the bat?
Yes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Angelo,
Mm.
would you read this, please?
Well, I think he's referring to that meme, which is, if you haven't seen it, it's a clip of this little country girl saying, "Can I bet that raw dog?" Which is, if you haven't seen it, don't watch it now. After you
Watch it now.
Yeah.
Go watch it now because we already got the screen. But anyway, thank you, Zakanan, for the cheap shot $6.66 super chat. Yeah, but the fun is actually getting me to actually say it organically. That's the fun part. Is the actual
Actually.
yeah. That's the fun part. So, TJC, thank you for being here, my friend. Sends a $10 super chat. Can't stop for the full stream as I'm at work early tomorrow, but next weekend, Chad Wildlands. Next weekend, I'm in Dallas for DFW G.I. Joe show, my friend. But yes, we do need to game some Wildlands for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys game?
Dude, do I game? You're looking at a guy. Okay, Chad. Jerk. I don't want to brag. That's I'm a very humble guy.
I get shot every night by 10-year-olds.
That's a great story.
Saturday
I don't want to
night.
interrupt you, but that was
I don't
good.
wanna fucking brag, but 5 victory royales in a row in Fortnite. I may as well just jump off the bridge. I peaked. So
Yeah, you might you just unplug it and go home. Right? Forget about it.
I game a little too much, Chad.
Nope.
Um,
0 for this jerk. None.
Oh boy.
No.
None.
And that Wildlands game is great.
Wildlands is my shit, man. I just
Killing-
creep up and I'm like, hey, what's up, man? I talk to you about your car's extended warranty. Headshot. Headshot.
Game is
Done.
really good.
And I just creep out. They don't even know I was there.
Yeah, people can get on Ubisoft, but when they try to make a good game, they can. And Division ain't bad either.
I don't, with all the turmoil with Ubisoft and all the stuff that's been going on with them, I'm like, but Splinter Cell and especially Ghost Recon, like I love those franchises. Breakpoint, not as much as Wildlands. To me, Wildlands is like the peak of Ghost Recon.
Yeah, it's just a good enough balance of realism and arcade. Really fun.
Yeah. But it just makes me sad. Like, well, I guess I'm not going to see another game that awesome from them. It is what it is. Yeah. Scott Kemp, thank you for the renewed membership. I don't know, but thank you very much. And David Carlier, channel member for 8 months. Thank you, David. Uses his Chad trademark, this fucking face, and says, I like stuff too.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool. Zaymot Rogue had a good question. I started. We're going to get back to it. Yeah, we'll definitely come back around to that. So Joe Fest is this weekend.
Yeah.
I got a couple of choice things from Joe Fest that people have been sending me. Not just toys that people are purchasing for me, but photos I'm going to share with you guys and all you fine people in the chat tonight. We're just going to, we'll just beat that up for a second. But next week is DFW. So I'll be there with a bunch of awesome people. And then we all have August together.
I can't wait.
I know. I'm shocked you're coming. I'm shocked.
Why?
I'm shocked.
I'm flying.
It's a haul. So either you're getting on a plane, which I know is no fun, or you're driving really far, which is no fun as well. So that's why I'm surprised, because you're basically driving across the country, man. Or flying.
We're flying. Yeah, we're definitely flying. Tristan says Metal Gear fan here. Hey, buddy. Same here, man. All day. You text me, it's the codec, all that stuff. One of my alarms is the best is yet to come.
I'm good all the way up until Snake Eaters, and then I'm done. Yeah, that's when I'm done. But I do love the first two games. I like.
Yeah, I played Metal Gear on the NES, and then the not Hideo Kojima Metal Gear 2. Played that. Or Metal Gear Snake's Revenge. I'm sorry, Snake's Revenge. It wasn't called Metal Gear 2. Metal Gear 2 was But once Metal Gear Solid came out, I was so drawn to that game and those characters and the story that nothing ever lived up to Metal Gear Solid after that. And then, the weirder they get with Revolver Ocelot and like liquids in his arm and like, ha. Like, no. The Ninja wasn't enough. Back from the dead, I'm good.
Yeah. It's funny, the NES game, I think if you smoked cigarettes, you got your health back on the Nintendo.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right, Gaines.
Which is crazy to think about where we've come with games where you can't. A cigarette is like showing titties to kids these days.
It's
or something.
Worse.
Yeah. It's wild.
Yeah. Elliot Gonzalez, what's up? Says they are remaking Metal Gear Solid 3. Yeah, it's called Metal Gear Delta. Metal Gear Solid Delta. Yeah, it's already out. With a shitload of microtransactions, but it's whatever. That's the way it is these days. But yeah,
that's why I'm done. That's why I'm out. Once they started doing that shit, like where it became the focus, and then they were like, "Oh, we're just gonna make games like Fortnite forever." I was like, "I'm fucking done, dude."
So apparently, rumor, and rumor is so much backed and so much bullshit. It kind of mixed together. Is that they started the Delta remasters, or really remaking. They started with Metal Gear Solid 3 because Snake Eater is like the first one chronologically.
Yeah. Right, exactly.
And then they're going to do 5. Then they're going to do Metal Gear Solid, then 2, then 4. And they're going to remake all of them, except for the NES games, because,
they're NES.
Too much.
I'm excited for it.
Stand in the corner and just fucking spam that Metal Gear. Yeah, but that's the word on the street. They're all going to get that Delta treatment in chronological order.
I'm for it. I those games have some mechanics that updated, what they call it, quality of life will be great. Yeah.
Well, I look at it like Resident Evil, like the upgrades on those, even though they chop parts of the games out, at least like it lets people play it again and, experience it in a new way. So I don't mind when they do it, as long as they do it good. So.
Yeah. I haven't played Metal Gear Solid Delta, but I heard it's good. I don't know.
I'm sure.
We went hunting for a Switch 2 yesterday. Didn't pan out.
No, but I would wait a few months anyway. There's nothing really to play on out from what I hear. It's Mario Kart, and then you got Donkey Kong. So it's really like, it's a need, a want, or it's a want, not a need right now. But I get it. I was at Target toy hunting, and then I happened to look at the Switch section, and they were gone, all gone.
You just happen to walk right by that case just in case.
Just in case, because it's you never know. You might see one just randomly on the shelf.
I want to get that fucking Friday the 13th game because the Switch version is the only one that you can play with bots now that the servers are dead.
Oh, you're really deep in the gaming. Listen to this guy. So
come on.
I actually played that game. I like
that game was. I played that game one night, Chad, where some guy was like role playing as the campers, and it was like talking like a surfer guy if he was that character, or like the nerd. Oh my. It was fucking. It was like he was an actor. So if anyone doesn't know who hasn't played it, one person, a real person online, is Jason, and you and your buddies run around. It is so fucking fun, man.
It is.
Oh yeah.
I was explaining to the ma'am today about, well, it's the only way you can play the Friday the 13th game because it's the only one that has bots and blah blah blah. And I explained to her the whole like slow down bullet time, you run faster so you can like sneak up behind them and do that like slasher movie trope where like they're over there, oh shit, they're right behind me. And I was like,
which was a slick way to implement, because Jason,
it is,
you never knew how he got to people.
First time I saw that, I'm like, oh, he did it, fucking bullet time.
So the Switch version allows you to still play the game because the game was an online only game, so that's pretty slick.
Hey, Jerky, my friend, I'm just going to do this because I love this guy. He always hooks me up with really rad Palatoy Action 4 stuff. And I thought it was funny. So this one I will intentionally do. Will you read this, please?
Chad's so fat he eats raw dogs for breakfast.
Pretty good.
That is a good one.
Yeah. I'm just waiting on Maximilian with the I miss Fat Chad. Bring back Fat Chad. 0 points given says, didn't they redo Snake Eater? Oh, never mind. You just said that. Yeah, we did. It's all good. Yeah. Totally good. Shane, Same Time Toys. If you're in the building, please answer this question. Zaymot Rogue wants to know, anyone see the panels for Big Bad Toy Store or Big Bad, whatever it's called?
Yeah.
And or Fresh Monkey Fiction.
I saw pictures of their booth, but
Well, they announced Eagle Force stuff, Jerk?
Yeah, and Monster Force. And I think they showed the Tick Off. I think they showed a Tick villain that's on like the same buck. I forget the name of the character. And then they showed the Cops and Crooks character. I fucking forget who.
Yeah. Which is coming out in winter of 2026.
Yeah, but they show all this shit, and then it takes 1,000 years to show up.
Just keep it.
Jesus, man.
Keep it on it until you're ready to
those figures. 3 years. 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. Like, just keep it under wraps for a
crazy.
Yeah, right. And Bill's always like, well, I'm like a one-man operation. It's like, what, is there one man in the fucking factory? Like,
yeah.
Is that the one man?
I'm not gonna lie though. Like I have some of the Monster Force stuff and it's good. Like it's built really good.
Which is nice.
And I mean
that's what counts at the end of the day.
Yeah. So, and it's held up over time because I used that Van Helsing buck as like my little jerk in my stupid, intros. And that figure gets beat up a lot. And it's built good. I'll give him that. It's built really good.
Okay. You know what? I see him. I'm not reading those yet. Not reading them yet. We'll come back to them. But anyway, yeah, if anybody who's hanging out in the chat saw those panels, Zaymot Rogue is asking.
Yeah.
Other than that, I ain't reading that bullshit yet. Undercover crowdfund. Well, yeah, I mean that's what they are.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the pre-orders are basically that. If they don't meet their pre-order numbers, they don't make them.
Yep.
Pretty much.
But I will say, Fresh Monkey Fiction via Matt LaCroix really gave me no shit production value Megaforce figures. So I'm not complaining about that.
Mm-hmm. Like I
The
said,
panel of stolen ideas, says Suka.
Well,
Yeah, it's hard to be original these days
Yeah.
and have people be on board. Like even Mythic Legions, as great as they are, they borrow heavily from other. I think when they started, they had a guy that looked like He-Man and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
it's
and the cosmic shit does that with like every release, right? Everything's
well, the
like
cosmic stuff, yeah. But
another old figure. So
right,
I'm
mhm.
glad I'm not in that rabbit hole. There's
I'm not.
one that I've been like sliding down more regularly lately, but I think it's because and it's vague. I think it's because it's ending, but
I like it. Did you get that on a deep discount?
in my game room, I have a bunch of 6-inch, 7-inch, whatever, because I have some of the Mattel as well. But yeah, man, just Batman's another one of my huge loves, and
That's a perfect
it's fucking Hush.
Yep.
And it's a 2-pack with a little graveyard diorama. This thing was on sale on Prime for $30 freaking dollars. $30.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how could I not? How could I not?
Yeah.
My two big gotchas for Batman, all the Arkham shit, except for Arkham Knight, because that was a driving simulator. Fuck that game. And Nightfall. I had a moment.
Yeah.
So, the Bane, all the different Azrael Batman, Batman's.
Batman.
You nailed it.
He-Man or is it He-Man's?
Manses. You nailed it.
Yeah. Manses?
Manses.
Yeah, Mother Slug says Multiverse Batman is awesome. Yeah. And then I'm trying to not branch out to the peripheral stuff. I was looking at that freaking Cyborg Superman today from Death to Superman.
That's like the best figure, though.
That's a great
I know the sculpt is so good, but I'm like, no, I don't have I don't have anybody except for Batman and very tightly Batman adjacent. Right. So I got Nightwing. That Tim Drake Robin freaking pissed me off. As soon as it came out, I'm like, oh yeah, it's out. Let me go find it. And I'm like, why is it $80?
Sold out in three minutes. It's the one biggest complaint I have.
Tim Drake. Why?
I don't know.
I don't want that Damian Wayne. Fuck that kid.
Everyone hates Damian Wayne. I'm not. I stopped reading comics to a point in my life, and all these characters came out. What is he? An asshole?
I mean, spoiler alert. He's dead anyways.
Okay. Well,
no spoiler.
Did I ruin it?
No, I did not.
Okay, Damian Wayne. The idea came from a book called what was it? Demon something? I forget. But he was
Son of the Demon?
Yes, Son of the Demon is where the idea came from because he, nails Talia and all that shit. Then Grant Morrison, 20 fucking years later, was like, I read that. And what if they had a kid? So that's how he introduced the character.
People screw around, jerk, and they end up having kids.
Oh no! I mean, if anybody
look at us right now.
Yes.
If anybody could put together a hodgepodge, origin, I'll give it to fucking Grant Morrison.
Okay.
He went back and mined it out of a story that people just thought was a one-off. So
yeah,
I'll give it.
I reviewed the figure. McFarlane did a great job of the Damian Wayne cloth wired cape, really nice looking texture work, great looking figure.
I synced that review. I did see it. I synced it. Yeah,
thank you. Good. Oh, F Damian! I hate all the comments were just F Damian Wayne. I was like, okay.
I think that the issue with Damian Wayne isn't the fact that oh hey Bruce, this is your son and all this stuff. It's just the fact that how Damian goes about interacting with everyone else.
Okay.
In Bruce Wayne's orbit.
He's a fucking giant asshole. Yeah. That's why people don't like it, is because it's not it is the mirror opposite of what you think a Robin should be.
Yeah, exactly.
And even in the books, he has to be held back from killing people. He's a fucking animal, at least in the first shit that I read with like
even in the freaking the DC animated movie, which their animated movies kill it. Even in that one, like him and Nightwing fight, and like Nightwing wins, but he doesn't like mop the floor with him, and that's fucking Dick Grayson, you know. And Damien's still got that little short ninja sword. Yeah, he just wants to like. He just wants to stick everybody.
He's got that rainbow blue blood. I mean, he's not a chump, you know. He's from like a killer family.
Oh God, Hal Jordan wants to fight. Look at this. I'll take Damien over Tim Drake. What the?
I ain't got time to be distracted by your worthless chime-ins. Go on.
Go on, boy. Go
on. Well, listen, if you
can, Damien,
if you create a character and people have an emotion towards
or did. We're gonna say did.
Yeah.
Like he was dead, right? Because he died and then Batman brought him back.
I couldn't tell you with Damien.
And then they died him again.
Everything is awful.
Minecrafted him.
Mainline comics, like it's awful. So Batman was like my last resort, and I gave it up as soon as like 2 years ago I stopped reading Batman. It was so fucking bad. So
it's Batman for me. It's like my Joe, I guess. I'm not about everything Batman. I love Batman, but I pick and choose. It's like the Arkhamverse. I love the Arkhamverse. I totally love it. I don't like Arkham Knight. I don't like that twist on Jason Todd and Nick again. Who didn't see that coming? But I love Arkham Origins. People loved to shit on that game when it came out, but it held up.
It did.
But yeah, Batman, I'm very picky and choosy. Like the Dark Knight, everybody says, oh, the Dark Knight is the best, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but if you really break the Dark Knight down to brass tacks, everything after the Joker hanging upside down, it's a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Because he killed Harvey Dent, right? The whole movie is about he won't break his rule. And then you see him doing all this cool shit. Like he wipes out like 2 entire SWAT teams, and he's like, well, you're standing there with a revolver. And he's just like, kills him. And I'm like, what? That was the shit that was like, you could tell it was kind of third movie, but they just like, let's go with it. And I not to, Russell and Jimmy's, God forbid my opinions do that. You guys know, you guys have them too. But Dark Knight Rises sucks so bad. It's so fucking terrible.
I don't know. I think the Nolan stuff is completely overrated. It's fun because it's trying to do the most real version of Batman. Yeah. But I don't fucking want that.
No, I want Mr. Freeze, right? I want like a 12 foot croc.
I'm not gonna lie, like I'm not a big fan of the Snyderverse, but like that felt like a superhero Batman rolling. You know what I mean? Like he had gadgets, he had fucking vehicles, he had all this bullshit. He was running on the goddamn ceiling when you first see him in Superman versus Batman.
And that warehouse fight, like you can say whatever you want about the Snyderverse and his Superman was too dark and they deconstructed him and blah blah blah. Nothing live action comes close to that fucking warehouse fight, bringing it back around to Arkham. Like that's Arkham all day. The way he disables their guns and comes up to the floor, and
is that when he jumps in the corner and he uses like the cape as a shield?
Yeah, and he's like,
I'll say this about the third.
Snags that fucking crate with his grapnel gun, and he hits that dude with it like
that was great,
untouchable. Yeah, he was so good.
Yeah, the third film though with Bane and Tom Hardy. That summer, the whole country was doing the accent, the Bane accent. When something comes out of a film that's like that, my thing. If it ends up being fun and it gets people, I'm usually okay with it. And I did not have fun with the Pattinson film that everybody loved. And I was like, I was sleeping through the whole fucking thing.
I know. I fell asleep. Like, dude, I didn't even
films where Batman quits. Stop quitting. He's not a quitter.
I quit too. I fell asleep half hour in.
Yeah, me too, man. My wife's like nudging me. She's like, "Oh, did you see that?" I'm like, "Yeah,
No.
yeah."
Fucking
Yeah.
Rain the whole movie too.
Oh, dude, like I said,
Yeah,
the end
yeah.
where Catwoman sneaks up on him. He's
Yeah.
on top of a building, and she's riding a motorcycle and sneaks up behind him. It's like, who wrote this? Like,
People and
like,
that got
what
crazy,
fucking
man.
sense does any of this make?
And that whole Bane thing,
Mm.
I don't dislike Tom Hardy as an actor, but that was also that time where Tom Hardy was what Pedro Pascal is now.
True. That's a good
Fucking
point.
everywhere. Like you're
That's a
like
good
the
point.
Hollywood version of syphilis. You know, I think I
Yeah.
got rid of you. Oh fuck, here you are again. You know, like you're back. You're back again. Thank you.
He's
I
more-
can
I
handle
really
the Tom Hardy over the
do.
Pedro.
Right.
though.
But
I can handle that.
my idea of a live action Bane, it's not Tom Hardy, it's not Exit, you know, from Batman and Robin. It's the dude who played Turley in the Longest Yard remake with Adam Sandler,
Mhm.
with a voiceover by someone with a South American accent wearing the fucking luchador mask.
Oh, that was
Like just because that Turley guy is fucking massive. He's physically imposing. Like, just give me the David Prowse, James Earl Jones, Darth Vader treatment. Just put a dude in a mask, do the voiceover, make it fucking gigantic.
that'd be fun.
That's what I need. Not a crab gas mask and you know. Yeah. Anyway, I'm done.
I agree. Balance of fun and realism.
Says,
Yeah,
This
I
guy-
just
says that Nolan gave us the second best Joker. Who's the
I agree.
first? Mark Hamill? Or is it that guy from the Tim Burton movies?
And some people even will say, what's Caesar's last
Caesar
name?
Romero?
Caesar
Yeah,
Romero.
some people love him as well.
For all the campiness that the 60s Batman gave us,
Yeah.
Frank Gorshin, Burgess Meredith, Caesar Romero,
Killed
you
it.
cannot
Mhm.
touch those.
They
Like,
killed it.
Caesar Romero was a fucking dead-on Joker.
Yeah.
Dead on.
He really was.
Yeah. When you go back, like Frank Gorshin, like he hammed it the fuck up. as the Riddler.
When
I loved
the
all
Riddler was in an episode, I had to sit my ass down, stop playing with my toys, and I was fucking locked in because he was so good.
shit. Wasn't Vincent Price Egghead? Like,
Yes.
yeah. I
Oh
remember
yeah,
that.
there was, right. And then they had like the King Tut or the Pharaoh
Oh, yeah.
God or whatever.
Yes.
Calendar Man. They had fucking Calendar Man.
Yeah.
But I think he was talking about Jack. And a lot of people say Jack Nicholson played himself. I disagree. I think Jack Nicholson has a little Joker in him. He's a fucking
Yes.
nut job. So
Yeah.
I think it worked because of that. And that's obviously why that cat. I agree with Bill. I love Jack as the fucking Joker, man. I loved it. I'm glad you're dead. That fucking line just goes right into your soul, and like you're like, "Whoa, this line."
That whole
I'm glad you're dead
scene,
line.
man. That whole scene where he's
Yeah.
talking to the burnt corpse is great.
I'm glad
He's like,
Yes.
grease him now. You know, he's looking around for an
What?
answer. I love it. So
Now Burton, regardless of what you think about the film, captured Gotham City the best. That's what that film really brought to the table. Gotham City was like a place, whereas Nolan just used Pittsburgh for Gotham City. You know what I mean?
I love that though. I love that.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw it, I was like, Pittsburgh.
I'm sure
Because
you
I
did.
know Pittsburgh, you know.
I think certain shots of Chicago, especially in Batman Begins, where they digitally inserted more buildings.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
JBTM, yes, we can see your comment.
I see it right now. It's
This
up
one
there.
right
buddy.
there. I can
What's
see
up,
that.
JB?
Yeah, Chicago was first. And that's one of the things where I don't know if it's a diminishing returns thing with the Nolan films. It just felt like they went through such great pains in Batman Begins to establish the city is a living, breathing character, right?
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
gave
important.
birth to Joe Chill. It gave birth to Carmine Falcone. It gave birth to all of them. Maroney,
Mm.
Gordon,
Yeah.
Flass. The fact that he used characters from Batman Year One, but like put a different spin on
Yeah,
him. Flass wasn't like big jock guy with a flat top. He was like, oh, what? They don't like they don't like falafel. You know what I mean? Like he was a little army. But the city was really one of the main characters in that movie. Everything about it.
Important.
What the Waynes did for Gotham, what Gotham did to the Waynes, and the whole night, like everything is it's just intertwined.
Sure.
In the second one, it's like somewhat. In the third one, fuck no. They're just like, yeah, we blew up the bridges.
Yes.
Every single cop is stuck in a tunnel. Who fucking wrote this? You know? I don't know.
I think they knew people were going to, I think when you know people are going to come to the theater, maybe certain things you fucking mail in. We were all going to see how that finished, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of third films, Back to the Future, Part 3, even, I know Return of the Jedi. I love Return of the Jedi. I don't fucking get crazy here, but even that third one, they kind of, they don't mail it in, but what's left to do, and they kind of, you know, they know we're going to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Our good friend Elite Legend, which, by the way, I don't know if you guys saw his newest video.
I love it.
I saw the Sergeant Slaughter one.
Or the one that he just did previously, where he like kind of name dropped the ma'am about Joe Fest, and I didn't even know it was coming, but I just went and watched it, and I was like, babe, come here, look at this shit. So
guys,
he loved it.
He's nuts.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
Sorry?
Legend is nuts. He's nuts in a funny way.
Yeah, I love him though. Says I was working downtown when they filmed Batman scenes. It's cool.
Nice.
Very cool. Jesse from JLS Comics says that Dark Knight Rises was a play on Batman No Man's Land. Yeah.
No Man's Land went on forever though. Like they beat that dead horse so hard on that series. Because it started as Cataclysm, and that was fucking huge. And that's like the earthquake that fucking ruins Gotham. And then No Man's Land is when the gangs take over and Batman has to take everything back over. So, and they fucking milk that.
Yeah. And I think one of the things that kind of knocks the Dark Knight Rises out, especially when we talk about the No Man's Land influences, you don't get that sense of time. I mean, they're like, oh, well, there's fake snow on the ground, so time must have passed. It's like, but it doesn't feel like it.
He didn't do a good job
at all, you know.
Yeah, he didn't do a good job of passing the time that.
And then
felt like
he's in the stadium. Oh, hello, doctor. We're in front of everyone. On this bomb. Here's a question from Raymond Sheffield for you, gentlemen. What is your favorite Batmobile? Everyone's like, why is the fucking Joe guy talking Batman?
That's a good question, man. Go ahead. I want to see your heads at, Chad. And obviously, the man of the hour. That's a good fucking question, though.
I could tell you my least favorite.
Well, then do that first.
Batman and Robin, the Roadster.
Oh yeah,
the open cockpit, fucking Mobat looking Roadster.
Oh yeah.
Can I'll only way I can answer this personally is which one would I want to fucking drive down Broadway in the city of Newburgh and just be a total asshole, having fun, blasting music, you know. And that's
Batman Forever. Come for a little ride in my love machine.
Well, 66 is a 2-seater and it's a convertible, so you'd look cool as shit.
Yeah.
It's just something about that red trim that like makes it like it looks like a car you'd want to own. But I also like the animated series one too.
Jerk.
66.
Oh,
I love that. I love that fucking car. I love
it's
that.
It's the fucking light, right? It's
something you'd want to own.
That is a gorgeous car.
My father has like a 59 T-Bird, so I just love the big boat body, and it's very similar and close to that. So I've always just loved the 66 Batmobile.
I like the 89 Batmobile for what it is with the turbine on the front.
Oh yeah,
sure.
I like the animated series Batmobile because they kind of took that armored like Batman Returns car with the armor on it, and then they were like, yeah, but what about a suicide door Lincoln? And they fucking stretched it out all crazy like a roadster, and it fit that like weird 40s futuristic aesthetic of the animated series. I don't really care for the H.R. Giger-esque kind of Batman Forever car, even though I like Batman Forever the best out of those first 4 films. The Tumbler's fucking awesome.
I mean, the Tumbler.
And I'm always that guy. I'm sure a lot of people will not be surprised by this, but I am that guy. First impressions, they linger with me. Like, I fucking hold on to them. The very first classified figure I opened was not the 00 Snake Eyes, but the first wave Snake Eyes. And I pulled him out and he flopped over.
Yeah, he's floppy.
They had that shitty ab crunch. And I was like, fuck, this thing is like constructed like garbage. That like set my mental precedence for how I saw classified.
Sure.
But the first time I saw the Tumbler, when, you know, Nolan did that very first reveal of that car, I was like, that looks fucking stupid. And I was sold on that car was stupid until I saw it in the film tearing ass. And I'm like, okay. And then, you know, when you watch the documentaries, you're like, man, it really could do all that shit.
Yeah.
That was impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Batfleck Batmobile. I really like that because it's kind of the Tumbler and the Batman Forever Giger car like had a baby.
Yep.
True.
So I really like
I
that.
didn't even think of that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have to say, Blake Tarpley said the Superpowers Batmobile is the best. And
it's a convertible too,
you guys were talking about the 66 Batmobile.
Yeah.
It's not the same car, but if you look at the cowl of the car with like the Batman eyes, the Superpower Batmobile has it, but so does the Nightfall Batmobile. But it also has that fucking Batwing dual separated spoiler that comes up on the Nightfall car. I like that Nightfall car. I really do. But I think there's a lot of great Batmobiles.
It's a tough question.
Good question.
One question.
There's a cool comic book called Batman the White Knight.
Oh, that one looks great too.
And the artist is basically like a car designer. Like before he was like a comic book artist. Like he definitely did architecture design. You could tell. And in the series, he focuses on all the Batmobiles. And because it's Elseworld, you see every Batmobile from every fucking era. And they have this giant chase in the first book. And like Nightwing's in a Batmobile. Like they all like the whole Bat family is like in this giant chase in different Batmobiles. And it's fucking dope. So I highly recommend that comic. Like, New Batman stories suck, but his Elseworld stuff with that White Knight series is awesome.
Yeah.
So highly recommended. Even the way he writes the Joker, like the first story, like the Joker takes medicine to just become normal again. And like Batman has become so estranged with fighting the Joker that he beats the shit out of him when he's normal, and Batman goes to jail.
Right. I mean,
so the story unfolds really fucking cool. So if you want to read like a Batman you've never like could imagine, like it's awesome. Highly recommend it.
J Creations NY says Wonder Woman's invisible jet beats all I said. What I said. And then Blake Tarpley says, I like the Super Friends Batmobile too. Very classy, not too flashy. That rhymed. Yes, it did. Yeah. You're a poet. And did you even know it? Gaines, Kenzo's Creation is here. And I read this chat. Yeah. And I thought it's worthy. Could you read this, please?
I had a good friend that loved Batman. His name was Rory. We called him Raw Doggenstein. He was a cool guy.
Just because
I love a nickname, baby. I can only imagine.
Yeah. What about, and you know, it's kind of telling. None of us have talked about this one yet. Jesse from JLS Comics says, I'll admit I like the Batmobile from the Batman. Based on a 69 Charger, if I remember correctly. Did you guys? Did you see
I made it to the car thing, but I was just like, see, the problem with that story is if you know anything about the Darren Aronofsky fucking Frank Miller Batman
Year One
movie that they were gonna do,
Big Al.
Yeah, that Batmobile is completely stolen from that idea. So when I saw it, I was just like, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. So
yeah, because in Aronofsky's Spin, he was like, you know, the Prince of Gotham, but he wasn't anymore, and he lived
in a
this
mechanic
shop with this big black dude named Big Al, who was supposed to be Alfred, and they build that car.
Yeah. So yeah, to me, it's like,
Colin Farrell as the Penguin, I freaking love.
I mean,
but I mean, anything he does though is good.
Yeah.
Like, did you see him in The Gentleman, that Guy Ritchie movie? Like, he was out of control as that.
Everybody
coach.
in that movie was good. Even the fucking dude from Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah, Hugh Grant was good in that shit.
Yeah,
he was
Hugh
really
Grant, right?
Yeah, he was really good in that shit.
How do you screw up with Elizabeth Hurley and show your face in public, man?
Well, great question. Ever see that fucking dumb movie she's in with Brendan Fraser? I watch it every time.
That movie. Yeah, that's a great movie, man.
I don't know about great, but that devil scene is
visually it's a great movie.
Oh my god,
I love that.
When
movie.
he's sweating to death as a basketball
player. That super sensitive guy.
Dude, when he ripped his mustache off his face and he's like, "More."
But that lady,
I think he's got that big old sausage, but he's gay.
So good. I can't stop crying at that damn sun.
Go down. That movie's so good, man.
I bought that on DVD just for her. Oh, is it Harold? Okay.
That's Harold Ramis.
Yeah.
Yes, she's smoking hot.
She's still hot.
Yes.
I don't want to admit this. I sound like a perv. With each live stream I do, I get more perverted. Her Instagram, she's often like running around half naked, just getting dressed on a live stream and doing weird shit. So, little tip for raw dogs and Chadholes. I'm a huge fucking pervert, Chad. Jesus Christ. You going on right now during the show.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, I'm sorry.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Yeah.
No.
Follow her on IG.
I'm not going to do that right now.
That looks like the girl that Hugh Grant was caught with.
Yeah.
Remember his mugshot? He was just like he knew he fucked up. It was the best mugshot ever.
Yeah, just like it's done.
Like, I'm a fucking idiot.
All right, gentlemen, we're going to do a little housekeeping. This is the rule.
Uh-oh.
We're only going to do it once. It's only going to be once, okay? Because every single one of these fools suckered me. Obby from Figure Fight Club, channel member for 7 months. Thank you, Obby, says, for the chat hole, raw doggies.
Raw doggies.
That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Our good friend Skyfall sends a $10 super chat. Thank you, Sky. See, like this is like good. It's fun. It's fun, right? It's the girl in Commando was.
I like that name.
See, it's a play on Ray Dawn Chong.
Pretty good.
But it's a raw dog Chong.
Yeah, she's
and
Tommy Chung's daughter.
Yep.
Tommy Raw Dog Chong.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Thank you, gentlemen. You got us all. Curb Stop sends a $5 super chat. Thank you, Curb Stop, for being here. Says, I'm heading back to work. Enjoy. Have a great stream, my dude bros.
Thank you, sir. Enjoy hiding in the closet all night.
God, no one works harder than this guy.
We will cact H the rest on replay. Cool. Thank you.
He's doing that from an iPhone. iPhone fucks up your chats. I don't know what it is.
You got a problem with iPhones?
No, I love the iPhone, but when you're trying to send
a
message on a live stream, it does weird shit like what it did to Kirby here. Puts a space. Get your shit together.
My issue is with you guys when you stream with a lot of other people. I watch a lot of it as I'm driving or as I'm like out here working or doing stuff. it's very passive. Like I more listen to everybody. Like I'll pop in and say, you're like, hey, what's up, everybody? Or, like my usual, like I'll throw out like a half-ass insult.
Yeah.
And then I go back to what I'm doing, but I'm listening the whole time.
Yeah.
But even with my AirPods in, if I go to put a comment and then I visually look at it back and I'm like, who the fuck interpreted that? Like 2/3, it's just shitty typos and and then our good friend Nico Tronus, Ninja Fran, says BlackBerry for life.
Damn.
No.
You're still having a BlackBerry.
Is research in motion even around anymore?
I have no idea.
Somebody Google that shit. GTS.
Yeah,
Google that shit and tell us in the chat, is that still a thing? What's up, Crash? Crash says, sup from Joe Fest. I'm getting messages from all sorts of people at Joe Fest, and I'm loving it because they're sharing the love and everything. And then next thing I know, I get a picture from this guy, and he's holding up a bag with my fucking Patriot Force figure in it, and he's like, "They let me take it," and I'm like, "No, they didn't."
Oh shit!
Yeah. How cool is that?
That is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, it's cool that everybody got to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Speaking of Joe Fest, Masterson 42 always gets a crisp salute from me. Says, just flying back from Joe Fest. Always good seeing friends again. Yeah, I saw some pictures that you were there. I
saw him with Ace.
he got that tank from Ramen.
Wow.
Nice.
To show at DFW. Dude, that's awesome.
Nice.
That's really cool. And thank you for being a channel member since day one. I appreciate you, my friend. It'll be good to see you again. I'm really looking forward to DFW, partially because of these projects that Suka and Duarte and I are working on. Did you get the last photo I sent you? I don't know. I'm busy. Yeah, I'm busy. I'm a little fucking busy. I got to see Masterson. Oh no, I'll check it out. Sorry.
Yeah. Chad, anything from Joe Fest catch your eye besides your figure or anything you like?
Me?
Like yeah, of course.
So Mikey from JMK Custom Works got me one of those Joe Fest 25 bunkers, and I guess they have it in 3 different colorways, but they're all like blind boxes, so you don't know which one you got.
Yeah.
So he grabbed me one of those bunkers. Mikey and Crash both grabbed me stuff from Delta 17. The little I can't remember the name. I'm sorry. The little war droid dudes, like the T1s.
I fucking love those things.
They both got me those, and somebody I don't remember who. No, not the Skeledrones.
Oh, I thought you were talking.
It looks like the T1 from Terminator 3.
Yes. Okay.
Those.
Okay.
And then somebody got me the Delta 17 Desert 2-pack.
Nice.
All I know is that I've been PayPaling people some
sounds like
so, but yeah, I'm the Hailstorm. That's what it is. Thank you, Crash. Yeah, he got me a Hailstorm. Cool. But yeah, I mean, did anything grab your guys' attention?
I get so jealous that I can't go to these shows. I don't even look at it. I just wait a few weeks later.
Yeah, I haven't looked at shit because I've been working. So, today was all work.
I knew what exclusives were there. Now, I will say that a very talented guy, a very awesome friend, Matt LaCroix, knew that I couldn't make Joe Fest. And again, it's not I'm not going to Joe Fest because we're all tribalists and fuck you. It's just I'm not going to drive because I don't fly from here to Augusta, spend 4 or 5 days there after a 3-day drive, and then have only a 1-day drive to Dallas. It's just money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep. And I was already helping to sponsor one of the guests at DFW. So I was like, on top of my expenses to go and the sponsorship costs, like, you know, that's what I can do.
Yeah.
But Matt LaCroix did send me before the show. He did send me his exclusive Joe Fest bumbles.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he sent me the exclusive carded Death Force Omega.
Nice.
So yeah, that was cool. That was very cool.
That is very cool.
You know how it is. We all scratch each other's backs. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Got
yeah.
to.
Yeah.
Gaines is sitting on my white Praetorian until I meet up with him. I made him get that at the first show it was available.
Are you sitting on it like right
I don't
now?
know.
He is like an egg.
Sideways.
He's incubating it.
It's in the closet next to the wife's.
3 years I hid this action
Dildos.
figure up my ass.
Was on my asshole.
I hid this uncomfortable piece of plastic on my ass.
Yes.
That's right. I do have that. It's in the closet.
That's
Shit.
killing me. I'm dying.
Do you guys have a line on the DFW Valverse exclusive?
No.
Mm-mm.
Hmm.
That's the
Weird.
I need one. But
I mean, I know a guy.
might be there.
see, I was hoping for toaster leavings at the next show up by us. So
Yeah.
no, that's what I was hoping for.
You know how it is, man. Rising tide, all that stuff. We'll make sure that you guys get some. So.
Please.
Yeah,
That thing looks amazing. So
Last year, I've told this story before. It's not to be a downer, but it's kind of how the story unfolds. Friday, I bought the limit of the Bone Collector version 2 that I could. Saturday, I bought the limit that I could buy. And then I walked over to Bobby and I was like, look, some people knew, some people didn't. Everybody kind of found out later on. I'm like, look, like my brother's dying of cancer. And I don't know if I'm going to be here at the show tomorrow at all. Will you allow me to buy today the amount that I would have been able to purchase tomorrow? He's like, dude, just buy. How many do you want? Right. And so I was very appreciative of that. And so I wound up with an entire case, but I didn't get like a case. You know what I mean? Like,
you got it from various cases. Yeah.
So it was like, I got so many this day and so many that day. And then I was like, well, how many do I already have? Well, let me get this many and I'll just make it a fucking case. Not one bloody, not a single bloody one. And if I did, it was going to go to M. Vargo because I told him, like, I will get you one and I will try to get you a bloody one. The moral of the story is I kept one for myself. I gave away the rest of the case, but every one of them was opened. And I told everyone, I'm going to send this to you for free. Just be mindful that it's open and it's not bloody because I did check them all for Vargo. But it all worked out in the end, and I was able to, hey, who wants a Bone Collector?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, last year the Kanan sent me like 2 or 3 that we did as giveaways. That was really cool of him.
Yeah. And that's the cool thing about cons, even if we can't attend them, with our friends. Now, granted, the people are always the big draw, but I mean, we like dollies. We do.
A little too much.
Yeah. There's always somebody who's gonna like hook us up.
Yeah.
That's really
cool. I got guys, someone found me this dopey Superman robot and his Target that is just not being shipped in New York for some reason.
Dude, I've been hunting that thing for you. It isn't being shipped here either, dude.
You know this. Northeast collecting, even when toys are like there's 80 Toys R Us's back, this is like in the 80s and 90s that were in Jersey, PA, New York.
PA.
They all sucked. They all were all barren of fucking toys.
Scalped.
I don't know. True. So someone found me that robot. So when collectors, when we help each other, it makes this hobby even more fun.
Yeah, for some reason, PA, Jersey, Connecticut, and New York are all scalped. All the fucking time, man. So
yeah.
What do we got here? Super 7 making
Yeah, because they made the Reaction Plus O-ring, Cold Slither, frickin' Zartan. So we're gonna talk about Super 7 here in a second. We'll get a little more in depth on this. But it really starts to feel like what they're doing with Reaction Plus versus the 5 POA Reaction, Joe.
Yeah.
It's very much what it feels, not saying it is factually, but it feels like Hasbro is telling them this is what you're making. You know, because they're literally following the beats. Hasbro made a Was Once a Man Cobra Commander.
Yeah.
Guess what Super 7 just announced. And going back to Matt LaCroix, and this is why I fucking love Matt. He was so well known for his Was Once a Man Commander in the O-ring scale that he made. He took his figure and then another one on the card, and he took it over to the Super 7 booth, and he could set them next to their little fucking like render mold.
Yeah.
He sent me a picture of it, and I was like,
nice
good job, man. Way to go. But yeah, we'll get to the Super 7 here in a second. It's just kind of
super
one of those things. Oh, Snap says, wow, Chad, display setup is looking sick. I appreciate that. But this is like the Wizard of Oz. Don't look behind the curtain. We're good. Because
that's how this is. Anything out of this frame, and it's a nightmare.
Is it like piles? Is it piles?
A little
Everybody's
bit.
Got a fucking pile, man.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit. So yeah, I got a pile of empties. Pile of empty boxes.
I got a pile of shit right down here. I got a fucking box of Go Bits.
Yeah.
Nice.
You know how much this whole box of Go Bits was? $20.
Wow. How much is it worth?
Nice.
Robots fetch a couple of bucks when they're mint.
I don't know, man. They're cool. But
I'll tell you, there's a huge difference between just the figure beat up and it complete. Like there's a huge fucking difference. So, you know,
I'm going through this box of Go Bits, and apparently I shill for this store, but Yo Toys in Albuquerque. So Jacob, who's also a channel member and a subscriber, he hits me up and he's like, hey, so we got this box of like extra Go Bits, and Jerry's the owner, he's like, Chad price $20. And I was like, be right there.
Yeah.
So the man and I go and pick it up. And you know, we're just looking at some stuff and whatever. We get in the car and I start going through the box. Everything that's in vehicle mode, I'm like, no, you're going into robot mode, right? They had the variation of fucking Copter.
Huh.
Nice. Does he have his blade somewhere in that box?
Yay! Because I saw him and I'm like, oh, this isn't like the first release Copter.
No. Yeah.
Like this is the variation. And I was like, oh, it's too bad he doesn't have his blades. No. And the small one's in the box. And I was like, yes,
that's a win
with the blades.
So that's a fucking win.
Yeah, pretty cool. Not too shabby. I will say, talking about, you know, stores and them being like barren, like Soviet grocery stores. I was searching for, some people say blockies, some people say blokies. It looks like blokies to me.
I'm sure it's blockies.
Yeah, I hear blockies. Maybe.
Blokey is
the blockies Transformers.
Yeah,
and
loving them.
I hit up one of the guys that co-hosts with Abby on Figure Fight Club, and I was like, "Hey, do they have blockies at Target?" He's like, "I've heard yes, I've also heard no," and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going into Target." Right? I see the Cold Slither, fucking Zartan Reaction Plus, and I'm like, "Nope." I see Duke. Nope, don't need them. Right? And I'm looking for blockies. I'm looking. No Transformers blockies. They had no classified, Joe. They had no Black Series whatsoever. They had like 3 or 4 Legends, a couple of the Peg Warmer, McFarlane DC stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But just Jeff, you know, Jeffy, he and I are on the phone while I'm walking through this Target. And for some reason, I wound up on the aisle where they have like a million different types of like morning after pill for women. I'm like, how do they have this many types of the morning after pill? What the fuck? So he's like,
Some
oh,
hunt.
hey, see if you can find that McFarlane Hawk girl from the new Superman movie. I guess she's like a chase figure. She's like fucking hard to find, but I couldn't find her.
Walmart is getting her. And GameStop was first, and now Walmarts are getting flooded with her, except for mine, of course. I went this morning and yesterday morning like a fucking jackass, silly me. But yeah, she's at Walmart. I have the chase is the colors you want. That's what else is.
That's the
wacko
bastard
does,
maneuver. Yeah.
Yeah. So the moral of that story about Target being a wasteland, I went to the Walmart by my new house, which is nice because not everything is behind like locked plexiglass doors at this point.
Oh God.
And they had, they come in those like little tear open display boxes. They had two of them. They're both the same series, but one box had 6, one box had 4. I was like, fuck it, I'm taking all 10. And then I put one back because I can't take everything, just in case. But they're still sitting in their boxes, but I'm gonna check them out.
The blockies, those are, I think the key for the fucking blokies or blockies is the price point. It's a fucking sweet price point. So even if you have the Optimus
and they have several price points too.
Right. Exactly. So you may have an Optimus Prime, but whether it be vintage or a new one, but fuck it, for a little $10, let me see what this is about. It's no big risk. And that's and I think it's because whenever something's geared towards kids, quote unquote, it's cheaper. And the adult collectors, we really take it up the rear, so to speak, with price points.
A question I had, and I threw it out to Jeffy because he and I were on the phone together, so I guess that makes it rhetorical or facetious. I don't know, but I said, "Hey, do the Constructicons form Devastator?" And he was like, "I don't know." And I'm like, "Well, why wouldn't they?" Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you're going to try to find all 5 of the Constructicons and their blind boxes, shouldn't you like either hope or expect that they're going to form Devastator? Oh yeah, Fred F said they fucking do.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Chad should build a blocky on this stream. I did build this. Well, you can't see him. I built that YOLO Park fucking Starscream on a stream. Nice. I think it was with Maxwell, and man, that was awesome. Those YOLO Park Transformers are fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're like in a weird in between. They're not masterpiece scale. They're just a little bit smaller. I can't put him next to my masterpiece Soundwave because he looks like a pipsqueak, and I'm like, the Seekers are supposed to be kind of fucking badass, So yeah, everybody's telling me to build a blocky.
Where are they? They're addicted to that shit. If I want to build a model, I'll build a model. You know what I mean? That's me.
They're in here somewhere. But again, everyone, I don't even know if this is going to reach because of the. Yeah. I mean, I just got like,
you're in box.
I'm still trying. Look at my Defiance over there on the floor.
No.
I'm working on it. I promise. It's a bit of a nightmare. And every time I move this fucking camera, I swear. Lou Caroso, he was on with me on the members pregame. It's complicated, but they do form Devastator with a special kit. They can't.
What?
Jesus.
That is complicated.
It kind of sounds like a no.
That's a no. That's a no.
You know what that is? You know what that is?
That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit right there.
That's what it is.
Yeah, go on.
That bullshit, kid.
Get your kit.
Yeah, I didn't know. It'll put fucking milk on,
Yeah.
but you got to do the thing first.
Yeah. Hot glue will solve that, Lou.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Yeah. I'm not going to do it. I just played a clip. I'm not going to do it. Yeah. Zaymont Rogue says, I'm just waiting for that stink scream when the Motu X Transformers happen. Did you guys see that render?
No.
It's Stinkor from Masters of the Universe.
Yeah.
Starscream.
No.
So it's like a smelly jet.
What? So who's making it, Mattel or
the render of the Soundwave trap jaw? I was like, I will fucking buy 10 of those.
So
That
those
thing
worlds
was
collided.
awesome shit.
That is so crazy.
They,
I can't
they
even
announced
believe
that
that's a
is
thing.
He-Man going to be Optimus?
No, he was like Man at Arms or something.
Hmm.
I don't remember what He-Man was. No, yeah, I don't know. Somebody will fucking chime in and say,
Fucking chime in, will you?
the translucent one himself says,
Yeah.
don't be a Chad I can't. Be a Chad I can. Be a Chad I can.
Chadican. Has a nice ring to it.
It's science, people! Science!
Yeah.
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 Dan says, gotta watch out for those stink streams.
I think my wife's going to leave me because of my stink streams.
I want to answer this question. Hopefully, Jay Solo Arts, is that a legit question? You know what? Fuck it. Here we go. Jay Solo Arts asks, Chad, those cabinets behind you are Raw Dog. Where did you get them? Well, I got them from Amazon. Thank you. Yeah, they're on Amazon. If you're serious about it, send me a message on Instagram, and I will shoot you the link. Yeah. No, I see you, Macanita Silva.
I see you.
No. Jay Bartlett, what is up, brother? It's good to see you, dude. Angelo, you know how we were talking about? I went from 5,000 to 10,000 and da.
Yep.
This guy, my good friend, my brother from Canada, he kind of got tired of all the toy drama. I'm not putting words in his mouth because he said this. He kind of got tired of all like the toy drama and all the, lack of product and blah, blah, blah. Huge gamer, right? His very first documentary that they did was Nintendo Quest.
Mm-hmm.
Moved his channel more in a direction of gaming.
Mm-hmm.
He fucking hit 100,000 subs.
That's the dream.
Yeah.
Congrats. It's obviously well deserved.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And fuck.
Yeah.
Hoping to hit 5,000.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I couldn't fathom 1,000.
I know. I get it. When I started, I was like, "Oh man, I got a sub, honey. I got a sub." Not a meatball parm either. A person that wanted to actually watch me. I don't mind those either. I'll take 3 maybe tonight.
Good, man. Those are good. Oh,
But yeah.
speaking of, okay, we're gonna move on to the next part here in just a second. However, you guys will enjoy this story.
Okay.
Because we talked about the fact that I used to be fat. Because you fucking pointed it out earlier when we were backstage. You're like, how'd you do it, man? You're all skinny now. You used to be a fat piece of shit.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing, but that's pretty much what you said, right?
Yeah, kind of.
You know what he said?
It's so little words.
words and bits.
I'll never compliment you again.
Fuck you, man. No, I'm just kidding. I love you. Last night, we go out to dinner. We go to this burger joint. I'm like, I really want bison. I like bison. It's very lean. And I'm like, hey, what size can I get that bison burger in? And she was like, half pound or a pound. Can I have the 1 pound burger, please? So I ordered the 1 pound, and my wife, like, I feel the ma'am like,
oh,
with the eyebrows.
Yeah.
So I order the 1 pound bison burger, medium rare, but then I keep going. oh yeah, can I get this cheese and this cheese and this cheese with a fried egg with green chili and all this shit on this burger to the point where like, they give us the thing, we go over to the table, it's like, oh my God, that was like a $35 burger that I ordered. She's like, yeah, that's not right. Blah, blah, blah. We're sitting there doing our thing. This fucking burger, man, it had to be this big. I cut this thing into fourths, and as I picked up a quarter of it and I'm eating it, I look over at the ma'am and our kid, and I was like, this is essentially a quarter pounder from McDonald's. Right there. I ate that whole fucking thing. Like a boss. I ate everything. Ate all my food. Even though I'm a skinny mini now, I'm still packing it away. Yeah, till I wake up at 3 a.m.
Stink
straight. I'm like, oh, I think I'm gonna fucking die. I was so sick, it woke me up.
Oh,
and then at 4, and then at 6, and all day today, I've just been like gross. And my wife's like, I told you should have eaten that whole thing.
They love being right.
All inside that check. Yeah, it sure did. Somebody's gonna clip that part right there. Yeah.
Sometimes you need to learn that powerful lesson on your own.
And the funny thing is, I've been doing really well about just because I want to doesn't mean I should or I'm gonna. Moderation, or even if I get like a massive steak or something like that, because I do like all the meat in my mouth.
Oh, happy Pride Month.
It's June. Come on. I can fucking say that.
So. Yes, you can. I think you can say it anyway, but yeah.
Never eat it raw. Yeah. No, it wasn't raw, but yeah. That thing fucks me up, man. I was up at 0-300 with my own stink screen.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking, where is it?
Just checking in. Have you drank water today? Did you eat? Did you take your meds?
I did all of the above. But yeah, that's the moral of that story. Don't eat a 1-pound bison burger. I don't know if it was the burger or everything else.
Oh, the shit you had it on.
Yeah, I mean, the egg alone. Yeah. I love that, though. You can't have a burger without a fried egg. So,
and when I hear fried egg, I think over hard. I don't think yolk.
Yeah.
Like, because there's various ways. No, we don't need to get into talk about cooking eggs, right? But you have like sunny side up, over easy.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Fried egg to me, it broken yolk over hard. No squishy. Yeah. See, fried egg. I'm in love. Yeah. Oh, eggs on burgers are the way to go.
Yeah, I love it. Love it. It's a little sauce.
This one likes it. This one doesn't. Eggs on burgers and strippers.
I like where he's going. Eggs and legs.
I couldn't really do strippers. See, I don't mean that in the vernacular.
Can't take it seriously.
No, but I used to go hang out at, gentlemen's clubs when I was 1, single, and 2, still drinking. But I would go, like, if a buddy wants to go, we'll go, I ain't scared. I ain't no punk bitch.
Yeah.
So we would go.
Man.
This is also, because I'm old, this is also when you could still smoke inside of establishments. I always found myself in this damned if you do, damned if you don't conundrum. If I look at them, I better give them money.
Yeah.
Because I'm a scumbag if I don't. If I don't look at them, I'm a scumbag because I'm in their fucking establishment, but I'm
Hanging
not
out.
looking at them.
You got to spend money. You have to spend money.
I would literally sit there, just chain smoke and drink, and I would either stare at the ashtray and like just roll the cherry on the ashtray the whole time, or I would look at the fucking ceiling and I would count the sprinkler heads in the ceiling because I'm like, just don't look at them. Like my mind treated these working girls like they were homeless people. Like if I made eye contact, they were gonna be like,
they wanted you to
dance.
You feel like you can't have my dollar. Get away.
You know, and it's not that I didn't have money, but to me it was always this uncomfortable. Like, what do I do? Like, am I a piece of shit no matter what? One way or the other, I'm just garbage. I don't know what to do. What do I do? So I just, and then there's this. They have clubs for that too.
They do.
Even if I was, it would be the same problem. So I don't think that counts. Yeah. Did you like my dance? I didn't. Let's get to some stuff real quick, and then we're gonna move on to the last thing that I really want to discuss with you guys, because I want your opinions on this. But B Park sends a $5 super chat. Thank you for god dang it. Thank you very much, B Park, for the super chat, and says, here for jerking gains. Gives a fuck about me. But quickly making a new fan chat. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Yay.
Yeah. I'm not much big into that I'm not gooder at wordsers. I'm not very big into the devil's scale, but you know, well, I appreciate you. Thank you. I still have a lot of love for people who love stuff, regardless. Doesn't matter. Hit that raw dog button.
Oh yeah.
One more.
Hit it. Thank you, B Park.
Shut the fuck up, Angela. It's fun. It's fun. You know what I mean? It keeps it lively, and people wanted it back. So thank you, B Park, for the super chat. Thank you for the got. And yeah, man, stick around. I hope you come back. Action Figure Addict 112, channel member for 2 months. Thank you, AFA. It says DFW T minus 4 days. Yeah, man.
Exciting.
I was talking with Lou Caroso and some other people in the pregame, you know, because I do my membership beforehand. I got to knock the dust off it every week. But the ma'am was driving home from her district the other day, and her car caught a big old fucking rock in the windshield.
Oh, jeez.
So now, and luckily it's low on the passenger side of the windshield, so it's not like, you know, massively in your field of vision, but it's a giant, you know, fucking starfish crack, and it's got to be like larger than a silver dollar. So she had scheduled a replacement, and I was like, whoa, what if we wait until I come back from Dallas? That way, if the car eats any more rocks, we only got to replace it once. So
yeah,
moral of that story is, yeah, today we've been like getting ready for DFW, oil change, filters, all this stuff, you know, because I like to make a road trip out of it. But, yeah, I'm excited. I've been working on my list, like, hey, don't forget that fancy new gimbal you bought for your phone, because I would leave it at home.
I do the same shit. I'm always like, I'm gonna film this show, and then I bring all the shit, and I'm like, I just want to hang out with fans.
Yeah,
it's tough, right? It sucks.
Yeah, so you know, I think if I do it when I get there right away, I could do it. But if the day progresses at all, it's like, no, I'm here to talk to fans, meet other creators and shit. So
yeah, you don't want to be like out of pocket or kind of, non-existent. Like, oh, well, I know Jerk's here somewhere. I just don't know where, because you're like doing some, I'm going to take this cool panning shot of some bullshit.
Yeah,
Won't matter next week. Last year, I know it's kind of hard to see. This is all my shit from last year from DFW.
Damn.
I never made a video. Never did.
Shit.
Yeah, it happens, man. It's just like, and then once you get back, you're like, I got to make my regular kind of videos, and I got to live stream, and then it just,
it'll get away from you. But like, I filmed myself. I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck I was talking about, but in the car on the drive there, and then once I got there, like I stood outside the car, and I'm like, okay, so we're at DFW GI Joe and Action Figure Show. We're gonna go inside and take a look. And then I filmed some shit inside. Never again. After that, it was like, I'm taking pictures with friends, and they're for me. Yeah. So same thing. I was like, no, I'm gonna experience this.
Yeah, because it happened like when me and Gaines first went to like Wayne. I was like, oh, I'll film on the way down. I'll film when I meet them. I'll film while we're there. And then I was just like, I just want to have fun, and I just put all the shit away.
And that's the thing. It becomes. It becomes this thing where you look back and you're like, I don't even remember that experience. See, yeah, motherfucker, because you were like this the whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and you weren't experiencing it. Yeah, maybe you were recording it, but you didn't experience it.
Right? Yeah.
And I have always prided myself on the fact that, like, when my family goes out, this isn't a holier than thou thing for anybody. When we go out to dinner, a phone never fucking comes out. Never.
Nice.
And we'll sit there and we'll just talk about whatever, and we'll look over and see other families, and all of them. They're all like, it's not a judging thing, but Disneyland, family vacations, whatever. It's like, oh man, that fireworks show was great, wasn't it? I was
well, you're supposed to be there together, not separated by this. So I get it. Me and my wife, the phones get put away.
When people record 4th of July fireworks, it's like, have you ever gone back and watched?
Yeah, are you gonna watch that?
Oh, look at this. This was 20.
Wow.
20. Yeah.
I've seen this blow up the same way 50 times.
Yeah, exactly.
Live in the moment.
Yeah, exactly. 100%. The very first time I went to the pyramids on the Giza Plateau, I took some photos of a couple of things. And then my little tour group went off that way, and I just kind of like let them go. And I just stood there, and then it got quiet, and I just put my hand on this block.
Oh, that's so awesome.
At the Great Pyramid, Khufu's pyramid. I just put my hand on this block, and I just stood there in the quiet for a second. And I was like, okay, I'm good. And then I just went on my way with everybody else. And fuck if I can remember most of the other shit, but I will never forget just that one moment. And that's like, do I remember like filming a bunch of shit from DFW last year? Nope. But I remember like all the hangouts and the hugs and the good times, and that's you guys know. You know.
We know,
100%.
TC, thank you for either becoming a member or renewing. It's kind of hard, right? Isn't that weird? But thank you so much. I appreciate it. David Carlier with a $5 super chat. Thank you, David. And says some people plan everything down to the minute. No.
He's good. He's good. That's good.
He is.
That is good.
I can't read the rest of that. What's it say?
Others just raw dog their vacation. The cut it out guy from Full House, David Coulier. His name reminds me of that guy's name, right? Coulier.
Bob Saget?
Wow, the guy who banged a lot of Morris sets. She wrote the song about him.
Yeah.
Coulier, David.
Yeah, Coulier. You got it.
Similar name.
The bad
like what, the bad
house?
What?
Comedian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, David. That was a good one. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this one's clean. Our good friend Vache Conley, also a channel member and a wrench and a damn good dude, sends a $5 super chat. Here's 3 cool cats. 1, 2, 3. We have patches for Gains and Jerk. We'll bring them to you all at ToyTuber in August. Can't wait to prom photo with Chad and the Mam. Yeah, we took an awesome prom photo. Vache, Samantha, the Mam, and I. The Mam and I were dressed up to go out to dinner, and we all we did the 2 little couple prom photo. Yeah, it's totally good. Flamingo Sauce. Chad, have you been reading any of the Energon universe stuff? Been loving all of it so far. Yes, and it's phenomenal. What about you guys?
I'm a couple issues behind on G.I. Joe. That's about it, but I like everything so far. And Transformers, I'm falling off on just because I'm not a huge fan, but it's a really good book. And it's the same with Void Rivals. It's just, I'm not interested in that corner, but it is written really fucking good. So, I love that the person who has it loves the property and is trying to do something new. And he's also trying to give you Larry at the same time. So, I think he's trying to do the best he can with what he's got. So I'm digging it.
I like some of the spins. I know that another channel reached out to me to come have a big discussion about like Energon Universe and toys and, what could be, what's probably going to happen. Nothing, but just kind of all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I have consistently said, if someone had told me 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, hey man, they're gonna kind of reimagine this whole origin of Cobra Commander, but it's gonna be like Dark Energon with Transformers in it, but we're still gonna have Cobra Law, but he's gonna be that 80s, as you were, he's gonna be that early 80s Cobra Commander with a touch of Hannibal Lecter, and by the way, Megatron's in there, and I'll be like, no, you're on drugs, right? But now, obviously, I'm a fucking fan, right?
Yeah,
it's like my home screen on my phone. Once I read that first Cobra Commander issue, I was like,
yeah,
okay, I get.
Yeah, you nailed it. You nailed it. Yeah, with the fucking having Megatron, that fucking Cobra Law has Megatron, like that is so cool.
And then even Duke #1, the freaking spin on that, like this whole first contact, is it a UFO? What the hell is it? Oh, by the way, you're a little. So we're gonna take you off the front line. It wasn't wrong. You can see that's kind of what Bay was attempting to do with that first movie. Megatron's in Hoover Dam and all this shit. No, hey, we saw this stuff. No, you didn't.
Yeah.
But it just didn't get there.
Yeah.
Dark Energon, those writers, they fucking nail it, man.
Yeah.
They nail it. And it just got better and better. Destro, but not as good. Scarlet, but not as good.
Yeah. Well, the two they look like Duke and Cobra Commander were fucking ridiculously good. So anything else might just
100%.
Yeah, it just might be hard to do anything else after that. Yeah. And they're not shoving like snake eyes down your throat, and they're not trying to do any of this fucking shit. So I really appreciate
in the Baroness again.
Yep.
As much as I love the Baroness, I do have a 1-to-1 scale one in the house. But
yeah, even playing that is so cool. Like I like how they're just doing everything. So
yeah, absolutely agree. Angelo, what about you? You get down?
I just looked for the feedback. Everyone seems to love it, and that always my mind goes to, well, put it to film. They're talking about it. There was some Easter eggs at the end of the last Transformers film, so maybe put it to film, then maybe make a video game, then maybe make the toys. The toys are kind of here, so I'm glad that it's not a cartoon, but it's something. It's a comic. It's something that Joe fans can still have.
Yeah, media, right?
Yeah.
something.
Right. Which is great.
I think you bring up a good point about the whole put it to film thing.
Or even a cartoon film would be great.
Sure. And like animated movies, you can do a lot more spectacular shit without
resolute.
Right. We were just talking about the DC animated movies. I mean, those kick ass. They're all over the place. But that that Joe Transformers crossover movie, like they had Stephen Capel Jr. on board with it because he did Rise of the Beasts. Then he wasn't because the whole thing with DeBonaventura and like the yelling certain words at him, in public. And then that whole thing where they announced that Chris Hemsworth was in it, and then Chris Hemsworth, like a month later, was like, nobody told me that. I haven't heard that. Is it something with his agent? Is it bullshit? And then next thing I know, I read an article from the writer, and he's like, we can't crack it. We just can't.
So just do animated film.
I think it's just. And then plus after that, Hasbro announced like we're not going to co-finance movies anymore. So then DeBonaventura's like, "Where's my money? I suck." So,
what am I going to ruin next?
You know that Hood's bad. Fuck that guy. Can't stand that dude, man. Anyway, Pablito sends a $10 super chat. I'm going to throw it up, and eeny, meeny, miny, mo, jerk. You want to read this?
Yeah.
Pablito.
To Chad, fellow veteran, you almost have me converted to the Lord scale. Here's for the raw dogs. Fried eggs, SOS military style.
Shit on a shingle.
Thank you.
Pablito.
Thank you for the $10 super chat. Thank you for the laugh. Made me choke. And to a fellow veteran, appreciate you very much. That's an awesome picture you got there too.
Yeah.
And Blue Serendipity, Samantha, another fantastic person who I get to see shortly. Channel member for 13 months since day one. I greatly appreciate you. Says, looking forward to seeing you and the ma'am in a few days. Yeah. We're thinking of doing the Texas gun experience. Is this where you go shoot all the open bolt machine guns? Go do that. Yeah. You've never fired an open bolt weapon system? It's fun. I did that enough, so I'm good. I'm good. Yeah. I do have a shotgun right behind me, but can't show it. It'd be like that. Headcanon says, I want Hound to officially join G.I. Joe and team up with Clutch.
Where is he?
Yeah, because he's right fucking there.
He's right
the
there.
Hound Vamp, the San Diego Comic-Con. Brilliant. Yeah, B Park, I see you. I'm not reading that. Not gonna read it. Yeah. Anyway.
They do. Thank you, Rondo.
Come here. Come here. Come here. This is my baby.
Happy down.
Hi.
Hi, lady.
Hello.
How are you guys?
Better than ever.
Oh,
You know
it.
Come on, Odie. Get up here.
Oh, she. Yep. Have you guys seen my Malinois when she was a little baby?
Yep.
No.
See her now?
Giant.
Yeah, she isn't no little baby anymore, man. Get off my microphone. Anyway, so yeah, there's the man everybody was talking about.
Oh,
Yeah, Samantha, Shay, and everybody. We're just chatting about toys. What are you up to?
Nothing. Back to my run. That I bring the dogs in to see you.
Oh, okay. Doggies wanted to come say hi to you guys.
Yeah, well, the raw dogs.
Oh, fucking! He said
Good
it.
job.
Had to. I mean, it was right there. Right there.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. We'll go with that. Anyway. Yeah, she just wanted to come in and say hi. Oh, finally some class to this shit show.
Oh, baby.
Chad, how insensitive of you.
Once. I got to do it at least once, right?
That fucking guy.
Stuart Jardine, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. Not gonna, but thank you. Cooter's Garage. I fucking love that name, dude.
It is. Sounds like a fun place, man. I want to go there.
Captain Chaos.
I want to go there. Yeah, Captain Chaos.
Fucking Dom DeLuise, man.
I
love
just
that guy.
rewatched Cannonball Run 2 a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I remembered, all the bloopers and the ad libs and the extended shit at the end, but I had a new appreciation for them just by rewatching that movie. So fucking good.
I love in the
Who played the
bloopers.
priest in that? What was the guy?
Dean Martin.
Oh, Dean Martin.
Yeah.
Fucking so good, man.
No, both of them are awesome.
Oh yeah,
dude.
that
I
was
love
the
both.
doctor. I'm sorry, that was the drunk doctor. Oh, yeah. Dean Martin and Sammy Davis Jr.
Yeah.
And was Roger Moore the lead in the second one, or was it the first one? Because I know he's got.
Well, he got top billing because he's Roger Moore.
Yeah,
but,
and it was Bond back then. Yeah, I can't remember which one though. I always confuse them together.
The second one, Jackie Chan and fucking Jaws.
Yep.
Right from James Bond.
Yep.
Right, they were in that super fancy little Japanese car.
Yep.
Oh yes.
So good, man. Those movies are so good.
They are. I love the bloopers when fucking they get Burt Reynolds laughing so hard he starts hitting Dom DeLuise to make him stop. I love that.
And Burt Reynolds
fucking
has
stop.
laugh. Yeah, so good. Plus, the guy who did the Cannonball Run movies did fucking Megaforce.
Really? I didn't know that. There you go.
Absolutely. Sure did. Okay, we're gonna move on. We're gonna get a little toxic just for a minute. It'll be fun.
I love that.
But before we do that, we got to talk about the imbecile quote of the week. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
I've been waiting for it for 2 hours.
Yo, asshole!
You look like you bumped your head or something. An imbecile.
Ain't no Chris Angel mind freak David Blaine trapped all horse shit jumping off here.
Okay, so just like we brought back the secret word, last week I dusted off the imbecile of the week. And for this week's installment of Imbecile of the Week, we have an Instagram post from the G.I. Joe page. And it just says, don't think, just answer. Who's your favorite Dreadnought? Gaines, go. Who's your favorite Dreadnought?
Ripper. I like his style. He's gonna come at you with a fucking chainsaw, which is always scary.
Right here.
Yep.
Jerk.
I would say Xandar.
Oh, fancy boy.
Okay, so let's put a pin in Xandar with a Z, right?
I think it's so.
Yeah, no, it is. Well, mine is Monkey Wrench, and then Thrasher. Whatever. I'm a product of that time. But the current audience that Hasbro is trying to attract, well, that's this guy's answer.
Poor guy.
Who the fuck? Who the fuck is Arana?
He tried.
Not to pick on Justin here. I just thought it was funny. There's more that
Let's
are
see him.
just about as good as this. So yeah. Xander with an X and Ariana Grande. Yeah, Zakanan's my favorite Dreadnought, says the Thor. And then it's just in good fun. It's not to pick on Justin here.
Good last name. I wish I could still be a hard man. And bills for that.
They got a pill for that.
They got a hey. Yeah. But Xander and Arana.
I think he was maybe thinking of
maybe he has an iPhone too.
I think he was thinking of I think he was thinking of the twins and assumed that the other fucking brother and sister had wacky names that
There was another one, and it was just word vomit, like destroyed the name. It's like, or maybe that's not his name. And I was like, wow, he must really be your favorite if you don't know what his name is. You know, it's low hanging fruit, and I gotta fucking do that. Yeah. My favorite is Zakana.
Female Zakanin.
Eggplant.
Zakana is Zakanin with a wig on.
Probably. Yeah. It might be a spell check error. Where's that? Where'd that go? Man, that jumped. Yeah. Oh snap! It might be a spell check, but it was funny.
No, it's funny. It is funny.
And again, it's on us as individuals. When you're on social media, you've got to spell check your shit.
Yeah, it doesn't hit enter for you.
No, it does not.
No, and there's no rush. There's no rush to do it. It's not like this has to be done right now. Yeah.
Send it.
Yeah.
Or
me first.
How about edit it? Could you edit it? You could.
Go back.
I'm gonna say this isn't. It's not an autocorrect thing. No love for Zanzibar.
Oh.
No. At all.
A little.
No.
A little.
No.
I have a flying chair.
Look at my air chariot throne.
It was a weird one. I remember getting that as a kid and being like, what the fuck? A flying throne?
Yeah. Yep. CJ Prime says cartoon wise Monkey Wrench, right? Comics, Thrasher, and Road Pig.
Road Pig.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest Sky Pig fan, but Thrasher, yeah, for sure. Swamp Butt Pirate. That he is. Yeah. Dear spell check, at no point am I trying to spell the word ducking.
No.
Fun fact, maybe nobody will care. Maybe somebody will just find it, laughable. My nickname for the ma'am that only I can use under pain of death is Ducky, because when the ma'am and I started dating, and she would type fast, and it would duck this, duck and that, right? And I was like, okay, there, Ducky, right? So then I just it stuck. Yeah. So I just call her Ducky. Always have. Didn't know Xander Cage was a dreadnought. Ooh, that's a good one.
It is a good one.
Face Off, right? Xander Cage.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that Face Off?
Yeah. Or the guy. It's the guy from Con
that's
Air.
Triple X. I thought Xander Cage was Triple X.
I thought that was Face Off.
That's Castor Troy.
Oh, it is Triple X.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vin Diesel.
Look at you.
Forget. How can we forget?
Family.
Yeah.
Nowhere Manchild, who's going to be at DFW next week. It'll be nice to see him again. Says, my favorite dreadnoughts are Serena, Sander, Buffer, Roper, and their leader, Martin. It'd be like if Skidmark was in the fucking dreadnoughts. Be like, Skidmark. Yeah. Castor Troy. Yeah, look at you.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah. I actually did intend ducking once, and my phone knew me too well and changed it. It's kind of one of those things, right? You pizza when you're supposed to French fry, you're going to have a bad day. Ooh, yeah. Zartan did kill Serpentor. Is that a spoiler? That's not a spoiler anymore, is it?
Mm-mm.
No, it's like decades old. Yeah. But having gone back and reread the issue, I guess you could argue 45, but really 46 through 50, the creation of Serpentor, Storm Shadow getting blasted on the beach, all that shit. Like, I reaffirmed my love for Larry Hama Serpentor, not the Sunbow Serpentor, this I command shit, but Larry Hama. He wasn't meant to be in charge, but he was like the Captain America. He was the poster boy of Cobra.
Yeah.
Man, he was tough as fuck. Ted Darklaw from Hella Dope Toys. What's up, Ted? Hello, friends. Sorry I'm late. Beans and hot dog water or whatever the thing is.
Yeah, I got the compendium. I got to read it again from the beginning. So it's been a long time since I read the original American Hero. So I picked it up, just haven't gotten the time to sit down with it yet.
Would you drink hot dog water? Oh.
No, thank you.
For a bet or for money or for just shits and giggles?
Let's just say for a bet.
Money, maybe. Depends on the time, what time of the month.
It depends on where that hot dog water's been. If it's like
I
home
gotta
hot
say it
dog
depends on the
water or like
volume.
shitty cart
Yeah, that's
water.
a good point. Like a shot, sure. Fuck it.
Volume. It depends on, like, if you're talking like this bitch.
No.
No. I do not need your fucking money for your entertainment to drink that much. Yeah. 24-hour hot dog water charity stream. To the extreme. No, we're not doing that. No, that's gross. Hot dog water popsicle. Okay, we're moving on.
Yeah, it's grossing me out.
So anyway, that's our imbecile quote of the week. Doesn't make Justin an imbecile. It's just fun.
He just fucked
It
up.
is fun.
He's just
having.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah. Well, I'm not, kicking this guy while he's not here to defend himself, because that's
Now, if his name was Justin Softman, we'd be fucked with him.
Yeah, you'd be in trouble. Hard.
Then we'd pick on you. Flaccid Justin. Flaccid Arana.
Flaccid man.
Fuck. Justin Hardman in Spell Check Part 2. Excuse me, Hal? What are we saying here? Would you lick a chocolate starfish before you drank the hot dog water at the strip club while counting the fucking what were you counting in the ceiling?
What the fuck did I just hear?
Sprinklers.
Yep. Sprinklers.
That's a good question, Hal. I don't know.
Lance. Yeah. No. No. Okay. We're gonna move on. So Joe Fest was this weekend, or is this weekend? I guess it's winding down now.
Yeah.
Yep.
We already know that people in the chat are like, oh, I bought you the freaking Delta 17 hailstorm, and I took pictures of this, that, and the other thing. Well, Brian Flynn from Super 7's he's been really winning at life lately.
He's the gift that keeps on giving.
He really is.
Keeps on giving. I know for a minute no one could tag Super 7, but I did the other day when they showed the next wave of Reaction Plus, and it's like Flint, or I'm sorry, Lieutenant Falcon and Jinx. And I'm like, where the fuck is like Raven, or where's a Red Shadows or something like that? Where are these? Where's Sparks? Does anybody remember Sparks? Because I fucking do. But no. Again, this kind of goes back to the whole, it really seems like Hasbro saying, no, you need to make Lieutenant Falcon.
Dude, I
Yeah.
thought the G.I. Joe Ultimates line were dead because, first of all, I go to places like there's a place called Newberry Comics, or there's Zap in Jersey. Everyone look at BBTS. You look at BBTS, every single G.I. Joe Ultimate is on deep clearance.
Yeah.
This has been for a fucking solid year. So why? I thought it was dead. So that now they come out with fucking Tiger Force Flint. Is anyone clamoring for a fucking Ultimate Flint Tiger?
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Oh, and that Haya one is fucking nightmare fuel. His face looks like Pinocchio.
All the faces look bad on those. Like, I don't know what happened to the highest stuff with that, but yeah, none of their faces look good.
No,
Like-
but the helmeted figures?
Yeah.
Money.
Yeah. I mean,
think if Super 7 wanted to fucking show some grit and have some fun, everyone talks about this. If they would have said, Hasbro, look, we got to do a hooded Cobra Commander Ultimate, then you'd have something. But
Yeah.
Don't you want to make something that has like gets people excited, gets people like into it again? This Ultimate line, it's still dead to me. So I don't know what the fuck they were thinking.
Well, even the Reaction Plus, it's like they made an O-ring fucking Jinx. They made an O-ring fucking Falcon. Make characters that they didn't make.
Yeah,
you
like
know,
Raymar and the
draw.
When they came out of the gate with those, I'm like, this is what I wanted to see.
Yeah.
Right? Let me see Raven. Let me see the USS Flag deck crew or the blue shirts. Let me see them. Let me see a whole bunch of different Joe Troopers, because you did those in the 5 POA reaction. Take that shit, make it an O-ring, and the money's going to come in. Like, people who have been collecting Joe, I understand you have to make Duke, you have to make Cobra Commander, because otherwise you fall into the Masters of the Universe. Oh, I can't get He-Man, but I can get Snout Spout. Fuck this, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you got to lean more into those unproduced, the things that were never made. Like, yes, they tried to make the Cobra Mother shit. Okay, it failed, but at least they fucking tried to make something that was never made before.
Absolutely.
Give him credit for that. But then he screws the pooch, gets kind of caught lying about, no, I laid off these people because of the tariffs. But then the employees are like, nah, you laid us off before that. Right. So he kind of got his dick stepped on a little bit. Well,
what is this?
I'm at Joe Fest this year.
Look at those lines.
Oh my God.
Oh my.
So compared to last year, this is what Super 7's showing at Joe Fest this year was. And Macanita, oh God, I'm so bad with names sometimes. I'm sorry. Macanita Silva says he was alone there giving out fun stickers. But that's, I mean, look at it. There you go.
I don't.
Shit, I bring more stuff to Gaines' show than this fucking pathetic
I don't know.
booth. Like, why even get 2 booths? Like, that makes no sense why he would even get 2 booths for a bookcase. It's a fucking bookcase.
This is really sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. And I still can't believe when I first started a channel, you know, I never wanted to come out and just call out companies, but Super 7 was one I just couldn't avoid because I've been collecting forever, and Super 7's a company that I never understood the price point. And even when I got something very nice, like their Thundercats aren't bad.
Well, not even that. The head of the company was a fucking asshole to you in person.
He was. He was.
And he didn't know who you were and didn't know anything. He was just being the way he is every day to people.
And I think that attitude,
like
Jerk,
a fucking asshole.
That attitude is part of his hubris with his toy line.
Yes.
And he co-owns it with his wife, I believe. And they both have their heads up each other's ass. And they I think eventually they'll be gone.
Yes.
And no one will be set. We don't like to see people lose their jobs, go out of business, none of that. But I don't think the toy world will shed a tear if Super 7 is gone in a year from now.
And I have to agree with you.
You know, and it's not to beat the dead horse or pick on the guy when he's down or anything like that. You know, just like you said, Angelo, like you don't want to see businesses go under or people lose their jobs or anything like that. But you know, when you're putting out plushies and you have like 9 million licenses and this and that, and then you're kind of a fucking dick to people, like you just pointed out.
He was an asshole to me.
I'm a Lord scale dude, right? Yeah, I get down with some 112 scale stuff, but that's selective. But I'm a Lord scale guy through and through. I backed 2 of those fucking motherships, 2, because I wanted to see something new done. I don't need another Sky Striker. Get fucked, right? I wanted to see something new. I wanted to see something with some balls. I tried to get that dude to come on my channel, and he fucking first he lied to me. Then I re-engaged him. Motherfucker left me on red. And I understand, like, if you don't want to come on, just tell me. Like, I can be cool about it. But the tribalism thing, when you're trying to run a business and you got people that depend on you to make money at said business to keep food in their mouths and money in their pockets, you shouldn't be engaging in tribalism when you're running a business. Like that's not a way to be. And I kind of had an issue with that. And this isn't personal, but I do have to point out, Masterson 42 said, to be fair, that picture is deceiving. Fair enough. They had a lot on the other side of that booth. So
okay, cool.
Are we talking like over
totally
here?
Fair.
Okay, then that's fair.
Totally fair.
But you know, there are other people in the chat chiming in say I was there and it was pathetic.
I don't know anyone other than my dumb. When I saw them Ultimates on clearance, I thought I hit like a jackpot. I was like, oh, cool. The Baroness is there. The whole wave was there.
Hey, I picked up that Cobra Commander Ultimate.
He's nice. He's not bad.
Yeah.
But then I was like, do I really need these? I can always just get vintage, classified. I thought they were something charming because they had cartoon colors and they could fit in with the Thundercats and the other cartoon figures they do. But it was a purchase I didn't need to make. And then the price point, when it's not on clearance, that $55, now $65 price point, probably the most egregious price point in all of fucking toys.
The worst.
Yeah.
It is the fucking worst for what you get. And I have tons of their products. So I have the first couple of waves of G.I. Joe Ultimates, and every one of them I did not like.
Yeah.
And the Conan stuff. I bought every single piece because no one's ever going to make it.
Nothing is cool.
Yeah.
And proof that the price point is shit, because people will come up with excuse after excuse as to why. Order quantity, licensing fees, all that. They have a stripped down lino at Target for $30.
Yeah.
So you're going to tell me an extra head and another set of hands bumps it up to $65? Come on.
Nope.
Yeah, it's
a bummer. They have excellent licenses that are executed poorly. So
yeah, right.
And Stu's saying QC I thought was a big issue with Super 7. Hit and miss, but yeah.
Paint app. It's really not the figure breaking. It's the paint apps.
It's the paint
break.
And accessories break. You know, that the bat, like putting its backpack on, if you don't break one of those pegs off the backpack, this fell right off.
This price thing, though, the bubble's going to burst eventually. Eventually, enough of us collectors are going to hit our point where we're going to be out of this game. We're just going to buy used. Or we're just going to appreciate the shit we have. Yeah. Because a lot of us are losing space. A lot of us spend a lot of money on fucking toys. So am I going to buy the $70 toy or am I going to buy the $30 toy just to scratch that itch? These companies got to get with it.
Go back to what we were talking about like a hot minute ago. Fucking Blocky's Transformers.
Right. $10 fucking.
The price point's good. They got articulation. They're fun.
Yeah.
Fun is that word. I think that
Yeah.
so many people lose sight of anymore with toys and collecting and the hobby. It becomes a fucking Pokemon, gotta catch them all. I gotta get all these figures. But how many people, and I'm not saying everybody, but how many people don't stop to either open, pose, fucking play with, and enjoy those? Yeah, like I gotta get it. I gotta get it. Remember how we were joking about, Jerk? Is there a pile next to you on the floor? Because I got a fucking pile on the floor. I'm guilty of it too, because people are talking about the Hot Wheels Sky Striker, and I'm like, oh yeah, I found 6 of them.
Yeah,
I haven't opened one yet, and so I'm guilty of it too. Like I have not put my mitts on this to have fun with it.
Yeah,
and I think that's what a lot of people miss is the fun.
Absolutely, and when we mentioned the Blockies now half the night again, fun toy, good price point. And is it because it's supposedly for kids? Maybe. I look at toys when I go to Target, Walmart, Toy Show, wherever. I'm always looking at pricing. For some reason, when it's for kids, it could be $20. And that same property, when it's for adults, $80. You know, you look at right now, Superman figures. Spin Master has a Superman toy for $10. Right next to it is a McFarlane Superman that's just an inch bigger for near $40. Because one is for an adult, one is for a kid. So that bubble's going to burst.
We've all discussed this separately together on your channel, on my channel, with the two of you separately, because this is the first time I've tried to take you both on at the same time.
The old human centipede.
It's a Chad sandwich, baby. This is the slippery slope of targeting adults with disposable income versus fun, or the balance of keeping kids in your line, where you know you kind of cut out the playability, the toyetic, and it's just like, oh yeah, just $75 that shit all day, you know. They'll buy it.
That's what they're saying, Jack.
Hasbro is the worst at that.
They're one of the top three for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like even when they came out with that Walmart retro Joe line that should have never been called retro because everybody thought O-rings, and it's like, oh, it's just the 50th anniversary shit again.
Yeah.
Which I'm all for the modern, 4-inch Joe stuff, but you take the Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow 2-pack, you split them up, you put a V2 Snake Eyes on a V1 Snake Eyes card. The insult to injury is that Snake Eyes came with the V1 head as well. But they knew that. They're just like, fuck it, man. They'll buy it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Oh, we win.
Falcon.
Get it to market. Get it to market.
They'll buy it. They'll buy it. We'll just, you know what? We'll do another head sculpt later on, and they'll fucking buy that too.
Yep.
And
in my life.
Yes. She want to fight?
My wife is gonna slap me. She's like, "Are you lying?
Fight?
Am I even talking to a fucking AI over here?
You want to fight?"
Chad, do you think these companies, not to get fucking morbid here, I hate to get, you think these companies, Mattel, Hasbro, says, okay, we got these guys age 35 to 60 that love these properties, G.I. Joe, Star Wars, He-Man, they're going to be dead and gone in 30 years. We got to fucking gouge them now while they're here. Do you think a part of them say that?
I hope not, but that's how it feels.
I hope not too. But it's just, again, it all goes back. This is my theory, my thesis, my opinion. It all goes back to that whole thing of when you look at the video games, right? Because we were talking about video games earlier. You see how everything's cyclical?
Oh, love the
when you look at video games and you look at toys, they approach the customer in the same way, but they put different spins on it. Whereas the video game industry calls everyone consumers, consumer, because it's all microtransactions, consumers, consumerism.
Sure.
Toys don't really have the whole microtransaction thing. They don't even really have accessory packs. The big corporations don't. The indie companies do. But the toy corporations, rather than consumer, fan. Toy companies want fans. They don't want fans of an IP or a character. They want fans of their corporation, because once you buy into being a fan, I'm a Mattel fan, I'm a Super 7 fan, I'm a Hasbro fan, you'll make excuses for them, right? You will back up the corporation because they're giving you stuff.
There's a lot of truth.
They gave me Monkey Wrench. I'm cool. I'm a fan. That's what they want. So yes, I do believe there is a large percentage. I can't say it's the majority or a minority, but there is a percentage within these companies, and they're just like, just get it while you can.
Right.
Especially with G.I. Joe, because how many times since its inception in 1964 has Joe just been unceremoniously murdered by Hasbro because they're just done with it? But look at this month. How many fucking streams did they do for Yojo June? How many did they cancel? They're 1 and 2 so far.
Yeah.
They just like, fuck it, man. Put that V2 Snake Eyes on a V1 card. Don't care.
Yeah.
Fuck it. They'll buy it. So,
well,
yes. Long answer, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could. McFarlane this, and it was a joke. You know, people looked at it as a joke, but it's for real. McFarlane announced a Ross exclusive figure line. It's on a blister card, nice looking card. Figure is stripped down, doesn't come with anything, and I think the price point is $10. So you mean to tell me, you can sell a figure, 7-inch figure, for $10? You just give me another head, another set of hands, and it's 37.
Yeah.
I just think we got these fans, we got these adults with expendable money. Like you said, they'll fucking buy it. He's a McFarlane fan, he'll buy it. And I do. I'm guilty. And it's sad because really, if you cut the cost, if you make it more affordable, now you're buying 2 figures with that visit instead of 1, and you're still going to make their fucking money.
Yeah. Oh, Curb Stomp just he just threw up the bat signal. So wait one.
That's that bullshit. That's that bullshit right there.
Yeah, that's that bullshit.
And then you just talked about deal. I play Fortnite now. I fucking I'm hooked. I love it. They just released skins, which you could slap on your character and run around.
Digital action figures all day.
They just released the Street Fighter figures, and they're telling me if I buy 2, I get a deal. There's no fucking warehouse for skins. Why do I have to get a deal? Why can't you just have it as that deal always? You know what I mean? It's really fucking the mind manipulation with all this shit is very fucking odd. And they don't need to pretend to be our friends. Be our fucking friends, and we will buy it. We'll buy more. I'll buy 10 skins if you price them at $1. But no, they're $9 for a fucking skin. I gotta be Ryu though and kill little kids with a gun. Did I just fucking say that?
Yeah. One thing that's really telling, just look at Star Wars, right? Not getting into the whole spiel of they pay $500 million to license the IP to get told to put out these garbage peg warmers.
Yeah.
But that's why Hasbro cranks out as much Star Wars and Marvel shit as it can, because it's just trying to get that money back.
Sure.
Whereas, fuck your own brands, give them to this dude. They put out that kids line X-Wing and Pilot for like $20.
Yeah, the same mold too. That mold has been around for fucking ever, huh?
Yeah.
For $20.
$20. But they just announced the vintage collection Darth Vader TIE Fighter. That fucking thing's $140.
Right. So Chad,
crazy.
I'm glad you fucking brought that up because I get a lot whenever I talk prices, I always get some person that says, you're a fucking idiot. You don't know how to order quantity. You understand this, and that. And they try to gaslight me to make me sound like I'm a fucking idiot. Now I say a lot of dopey things. But
the fuck do you know?
Right. But you just said it. I saw that fucking X-Wing for $20. And I almost bought it out of pure whatever you want to call it. Oh, fucking X-Wing brand new. It's still that mold. It's that fucking classic mold. Right?
I don't even know.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's $20.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, but HEC is saying it's bigger, in fact, than the OG Kenner one. So it's a bigger.
That's crazy.
So because that's for kids,
it strengthens the argument right there.
Right. It's $20 because it's for a kid.
Suka said it's new.
Yeah.
Suka would know. I'm not going to say why I know that.
It looks great.
Wink.
Yeah. Well, whatever it is, it looks really good. And you could probably slap in your fucking vintage Luke in there. Or if you want to get nuts, throw Snake Eyes in there for shits and giggles. Put whoever you want in that.
Nuts.
Get nuts. Live a little.
Throw that Porkins in there.
When they know it's for kids and mommy's gonna buy it for little Johnny on his birthday, it's $20.
Yep.
Adults, 80.
Yeah.
So as soon as it says vintage collection, well, it's vintage collection, vintage, old, adult collectors, $140.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What the fuck? So you get the X-Wing. Okay. Well, a lot of parents, even if they're not into the hobbies, are going to be like, well, I mean, you got to have something to pew at.
Sure.
I guess a $140 TIE fighter. No, fuck no. Right? Our good friend Ryan Laserpants is here for the 3POA, and he says hashtag Porkins doesn't fit.
Oh no.
Porkins, or the Family Guy one where Porkins is like, I'm all right. Yeah. He was also in Batman 89.
Yep.
Was he?
He was that card.
Yeah, he was that card.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Makes sense now.
Yeah.
Nice. It's
You have done that yourself. There's a lot of good movie quotes in the chat. Deuce Bigelow, anyone?
Did someone say steak?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, I'm just I'm not worried about the hobby. I just think that we're on this slippery slope where someone's going to keep falling by the wayside, and I hate this. Companies that I do like McFarlane and like NECA. NECA's been okay with their price points, but I hope they don't budge and start selling toys for $50 because I hate these. There are certain companies I would hate to see go away, and it's getting weird. Price points are getting really fucking weird.
Oh yeah, they're out of control.
Mm-hmm.
I have to sidetrack for a second.
Sidetrack. Go wherever you want, buddy.
And excuse me just for 1 second. I actually have a work thing. I will be right back.
Look at just me and you, Chad. Now we could talk about that fucking jerk.
You could have just turned your camera off, dude, and fucking bail out. That's a huge bitch. To this, Irving, I'm gonna say, holy shit, it's Bigfoot. Yeah. To this, I'm gonna say that. He shot my hair. I'm gonna say, that's pretty good for Rambo. So yeah, I like the movie quotes. I do. So anyway,
oh, there he is, the master.
This is the panel he put on, and again, I'm not trying to make assumptions. I'm just going off of what I was shown and/or told.
Yeah,
this is what I was shown.
Yeah,
people did come in the chat and say it was pathetic. Masterson 42, who I trust, said, no, that's not everything, right? But I was told two things about this panel. One, it was pretty fucking dead. Two, no one questioned him anything about paint mistakes, QC issues, the shit with his employees, losing IPs, nothing. Like there were no questions that he probably didn't want asked. So.
Yeah. I mean,
I heard it was like 10 people, Blake, but again, people can exaggerate. So if there's other people in the chat who are there to say, no, there were at least 25, that's fine. Yeah. Is that Veebs under the table? It is Veebs under the table.
It's science, people! Science!
Yeah.
If you put the screws to him and asked him some hardball questions, he would have some stock answer ready. I'm sure he has pre-programmed answers just locked and loaded and ready to give to people that, you wouldn't get the truth anyway. And I don't know if I blame him for that. When you're head of a company and you say something that's derogatory about your own company, people are gonna question it. So,
yeah, well, that's also why, I mean, all of us on the customer side of things, we can stand here and chuckle and all that. Ha ha, look, you fucked up. But also, I could see why, but this kind of goes, Angelo, hand in hand with what you're saying. That's why for about a week, no one could tag Super 7 on anything. I'm sure they just got fucking tired of seeing it.
That tower thing really made them look bad.
Oh, yeah.
That made them look so fucking bad, man.
Super bad.
Don't say anything either. Like, you don't have to fucking always try to get ahead of things and look like the good guy. Just don't say anything.
Well, especially when you know you have employees out there who you pissed off, who are going to come right back around at you. You know what I mean? Like, like if you know you're going to tell a lie, that somebody's going to fucking call you on. I mean, that's just the dumbest thing that you can possibly do.
Yeah. Jerk, I don't know if you heard while you had to pop out for a second, but from what I was told, and again, I'm not trying to perpetuate shit. I'd actually like more people like Masterson from earlier to come in here and say, no, that's not accurate. But when I was sent this picture from my friend who was in that room, he said there was about 10 people in there and nobody asked any uncomfortable questions.
Oh, I saw somebody shot a video of it, and I saw about maybe a minute or two, and it looked like there were like 5 people in the room.
Okay.
Yeah. It didn't look good.
It's funny. Suka brought up Bobby Vala.
Right here.
And Bobby Vala could be so confident and answer questions because he has a product that people really like. Not to say there's no Super 7 fans out there. There must be. They are still in business. But B, he has a good price point. He's not fucking milking his customers. So he can get up there with full fucking confidence and some bravado because what can you fucking say to the guy? What are you going to say to him that's going to fucking knock him down a peg?
Yeah. And to this guy, I mean, this guy started Ultimates at $35 and they're like $65 now, and they're not any better. And the quality was never good to begin with. So, of course, like for him to even schedule a panel is insane. Like, you know what I mean? Like you didn't put out product people gave a shit about. And the product you have put out for G.I. Joe isn't good. So like to do a panel at a Joe show, like I would have maybe showed up with my booth, but not done a panel. Jeez.
But again, I'm going to add to what you just said. How fucking tone deaf is it? I understand that you have a company to run and you got to show face and all this stuff. Like we all fall down and skin our knees like little bitches and get back up, right?
Yeah.
But if you're having money problems to the point where you're laying your people off, why are you going to this fucking con?
Yeah.
Just
logistics.
go.
Good point.
You know, maybe you spent the money last year. Okay. I'm not trying to like, again, kick somebody while they're down, but it comes across as tone deaf, like version 2 Snake Eyes on a version 1 Snake Eyes card because they'll fucking buy it. If you're in such positions, like, why are you doing these cons? Why are you paying for that massive warehouse in San Francisco of all the cities? Like, dude,
it's a vanity thing.
Organized, right? That's a big thing that we had in the mill.
Did we lose Chad?
We did.
All right. I'm sure he'll come back soon.
Well, you have hosting experience.
I do. I was just listening though.
All right. Well, we got a second.
So what do you think, Gaines? Would you have actually, gone in front of a room of, 5 angry people to talk about your crappy life?
He has to show face, right? And he has to everything when you're running a company, no matter how bad the ship seems to be thinking. I love Chad's face right there.
Yeah, he is just
you have to pretend like things are on the up and up. He can't be, he's running a fucking toy company and it's a big G.I. Joe toy show and he happens to have part of that license.
Yeah.
So he has to show face. He has to say, hey, we're doing fine. We got these products coming out. Pretend that there's some excitement for it. But I just don't fucking think there is. I follow them on Instagram and a few people were excited. Yeah, Flint looks great, blah, 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 pre-ordered. But most of the comments were that goofy, $65 price point.
Yeah, it's so
bad.
It's so bad. Now, in terms of quality, if I bought a 4 Horsemen figure for 65, I know what I'm getting. But when I buy an Ultimate, it feels worse than when I bought a Hasbro product that was made for a 4-year-old. You know what I mean? Like when something like this at $25, you know what I mean? Like, and you get that Ultimate and it just feels flimsy. It's loose right out of the box. Like, it's all just brutal stuff.
Now, Jerk, we're a victim of, you love Conan.
Yep.
I love 80s cartoons.
I don't like Conan.
I don't like Conan. Crumb.
So, Chad, question to you, and I was just about to ask Jerk.
Yeah.
I'm wearing a
Let me
Rambo shirt.
apologize real quick. I'm sorry. All my power just died.
That sucks.
And then turned back on, and I was like, no, it was gone. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. See, me and this guy can talk for hours, so it's nothing. We just picked it right up.
Wake people up. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Angela.
Chad, I'm wearing a Rambo shirt. We all love Johnny fucking Rambo, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I love 80s cartoons. If they made Rambo cartoon action figures, I might buy a Super 7 Rambo from that cartoon. Do you think the right license could turn it around for Super 7, or are they just completely fucked?
I honestly feel that G.I. Joe could be a very lucrative license for Super 7. So, yes, I agree with what you said. I think they have it in Joe. Do I think that like a Rambo or something could help them out? Yeah, but when you look at everything that Super 7 offers, a lot of it is kind of head scratching.
Sure.
It's very all over the place. It's not just like
it's Godzilla, it's Joe,
Godzilla and fucking Ultraman and G.I. Joe and
Sofubi vinyls and
or what's the guy? The MF Doom guy, the rapper.
Yeah, but they can't just say we have like these like are they a boys action kind of brand? Right. Are they a this brand? Or they're a fucking everything. Like, oh, hey, buy these Super 7 plushies, dude. I don't want plushies. I want these fucking Joe figures. Right? But I want these Joe figures to not be built, even though I like the line and I have a lot of it. I don't want a G.I. Joe built like Leonard the Core. Big fucking barrel chest, little skinny legs. Don't want that. Am I cool with that with Leonard? Yep. With Joe? No.
Right.
So I think that it's just, again, what I was saying when,
But
God said no, what consolidate and reorganize. What's your focus? If your focus is 270 degrees, that's not a focus at all. That's literally just throw shit at the wall and see what sticks and let's make money. So,
yeah.
Well, I've never seen a company with so much IP fuck everything up. Like, how could you fuck up a Disney license?
Yep.
How could you fuck up a Transformers license?
Oh God,
like,
they did that too.
How could you fuck that up? And then they're fucking Joe up right now.
And then
they lost Power Rangers. Like, that is another, like, everything they licensed should have been a fucking home run, and they fucked it all up.
I'm telling you, it begins and ends with that dopey price point.
It does.
And I'll do something. I mean, put that on my grave.
Well, I've told you, even at 35, Ultimates were uncomfortable. At 45, it felt like you were taking it. At 55, you were taking it. At 65, you're a fucking idiot if you're giving them your money. Yeah. Like, because the product is junk. So,
if I was a Transformers,
I thought we lost you,
dude. I don't know. If I was the Thundercats fan,
there is a lot too.
I'm a Joe fan. I openly admitted numerous times, I always will, because, what do I have to lie about? I tried to back that mothership. If I was a Thundercats fan and I was like, oh, somebody's putting out a modern version of a fucking Thunder Tank?
Yeah.
All day. All fucking day I would. But it's not their Thunder Tank. It's not the Thundercats license. It's that they put out Wave 3 before Wave 2, and people are like, well, where the fuck is Wave 2? And then the paint app issues that,
Chitara looking nothing like the render at all.
Exactly. That's that overarching umbrella of QC, some kind of quality controller, quality assurance. And it's not just Thundercats. It's Thundercats. It's Joe Ultimates. Why are you making Ultimate Joes when Classified is chugging along? You're 1 inch bigger than Classified, but it's the Sunbow aesthetic because that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, but
you got to nail it, and they didn't nail it, dude. Like the figures they were clunky. They didn't move. Like the paint looked atrocious on the first wave. Like as soon as I got them in hand, I was like, oh fuck, good thing I pre-ordered 3 other fucking waves because I bought them blind thinking they would do a good job. And that's hundreds of fucking dollars when you pre-order all fucking waves.
When I first saw the Ultimates, like the renders of, hey, we're doing G.I. Joe Ultimates, and I'm like, oh man, they got Destro with the lava on his head and the fucking the buffer, and I'm like, dude, that's cool.
Yeah,
like I could get down with that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw him, and I'm like, no.
Yep.
No. And like Kenzo says, I've seen pictures from people when they receive their cats. They're like, this was broken, this was stressed,
Dude.
this was broken, the snap.
Oh, Hatters was kicked in, dude. Like Hatters literally, like the outer shipping box was destroyed and the inner box was kicked into the actual like fucking lion head. Like, yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah, it's a bummer because I really wanted their stuff to be good. You know what I mean? Like I had faith in them from buying the fucking. I did Matty Collector Motu, so when it switched over to Super 7, I was like, fuck, okay, I gotta do this, because I'm collecting the line. They're continuing it. They're using some of the molds that Matty didn't use, and as soon as I got that wave in hand, I was just like, man, these are fucking garbage. Like they look good. They look good. But everything else was just like floppy right out of the fucking box. Like just everything was bad.
All flaccid, unimpressive.
Yeah. Not for $45 fucking dollars.
Opposite of a hard man. Jason Hardman. I'll say this. I'll play devil's advocate. When I got my first few Thundercats, the big dogs, not the raw dog, Lino, Panthro. What's happening?
No. You fucking said it.
Did I?
Yeah, you just did one of those.
What's the lizard guy's name? Slythe, that ugly lizard fucking guy.
Slythe.
Awesome.
He is probably the best one out of the line.
But here's
construction wise, he is made.
It's great. The problem is, as years went on, they didn't advance. Price point went up, and I'm like, well, now other companies are selling similar products for half the price. You didn't catch up with them. You feel a little ripped off, and that's just the bottom line. They didn't catch up in articulation, and they surpassed them in price point. Two very odd things.
And they didn't up their quality as they went.
And
I would have forgived it. I would have forgive like 2 waves being if it just slowly got better, and it did.
Sure.
So
yeah.
No, but listen. What are we in? What year is it already? 2025? Year of our Lord?
Yes. Welcome to it. Hi, it's June.
Is it June? Pride Month, all that? I think by
Mojo June, dude.
I think by Pride Month 2030, they'll be gone, and that's being kind.
What will be gone?
Super 7.
Super 7.
There's no way. There's just no fucking way.
Yeah, not if they had capital dumped into them and they're already laying people off and shit. They're done. So
yeah, and again, that's that whole, your focus is to not focus. When your business model is, we'll just take it all. Like you're paying.
We'll make whatever. We'll make whatever. Yeah.
If Hasbro has to really work to crank out Marvel and Star Wars stuff to recoup those licenses, well, the licenses that Super 7 has, those aren't cheap either, and they don't even have the fucking throughput that Hasbro does, and they're licensing from Hasbro.
Right.
So right off the bat they have to crank those prices up, because as soon as anything Hasbro gets anywhere near a toy, boop, the cost.
The irony, Chad, is Hasbro in a way has been influenced by Super 7 with their Maximum line. It's a play on Ultimate.
Yeah.
They see people here and there will buy
money away.
Right. Let us make a $60 figure. And then McFarlane sees Hasbro making a $60 figure.
And it's Elite time.
Elite is a play on Maximum. Ultimate Maximum. See the trend here? And they're really
they're humping that one.
And they think they're slick. It's going to catch up to all of them.
Yep.
Really, at the end of the day, as we wind it down, all of these companies, they're still chasing that pandemic profit market. That they still want to live in that bubble of the record profits that they were seeing.
Oh, people,
they can't. They won't.
Because
the world went back to their lives.
You're not getting that, right? A $600 paycheck to sit home, right?
And it doesn't matter if it's Super 7, Hasbro, Mattel, Nintendo, Xbox. It doesn't matter what it is. I mean, even look at the people who they got pandemic pets, and then they were like, fuck.
Yeah, I
got this pet. You know what I mean? Like,
what am I gonna do with this kangaroo?
I got 9 raccoons and a fucking.
I'm just gonna let them out in the woods.
I didn't finish training them. But the sad fact is, shelters got overran with pandemic pets.
Wow.
These corporations, they still want those record profits. You're not going to get them. Instead of trying to maintain that swell, yes, we all like a good swell. They should have let it organically shrink back down to what their profits were pre-pandemic. But instead, it's like, no, we need it. We're accustomed to it. Like, we need more money. It's like, nope, you're done. But they don't want to. So
I work for a company who has a product that it's kind of similar to toys. It's a product that every family had on their table in the 80s. But that fan base of that product is getting into other things, or sadly, just not here anymore. So instead of trying to figure out how to rebrand the product or make different products, in order to make that money back, they just raise the fucking prices of that product. And I'm like, you assholes. No one's going to now buy a fucking $2 donut for $4. It doesn't work that way. Maybe figure out how to lower the fucking price.
Yeah. Again, see back to what I was saying about the gaming culture versus toys, right? Consumers, fans. Once you become a fan of a corporation and you are like emotionally tied to that IP, that's where they get this whole, well, we're going to make less, the quality's going to go down, but we're going to charge more, but they're already in it.
Yeah.
We got them. It's that built in, like, we got our fucking hand in your pocket. It's like, I mean, fucking look at Netflix and Squid Game, or look at HBO Max. Now it's Max, going back to HBO Max, and House of the Dragon.
Yeah.
When you become like emotionally involved and invested in these shows, well, I'm just gonna keep paying for Netflix.
Well,
Just because I want Squid Game version 3. Like, I'm not saying that's me, but that's consumerism at its core.
Sure.
And that they will continue to make less, charge more, lower quality.
Mm-hmm.
That's
I never understood it.
Right there.
Never.
Yeah.
I would always maybe
such a downer.
We began with video games. I guess maybe I don't know if we're ending now, but there was a game franchise that I fucking loved called NFL 2K, made by Sega at the time. Better than Madden, full stop. Better graphics, better commentary, halftime show. Chris Berman was in it. It was the best football product you can ever put to digital sports. And they couldn't compete with Madden still because Madden just had that fan base. So they said, fuck it.
And you got EA behind Madden.
Right. So they said, fuck it. Our next game is going to be $20. So even if you love Madden, you'll buy our game for $20. Chad, it worked. It worked so good that EA struck a deal with the NFL to be the only football game maker.
Yep.
So that fucked NFL 2K in the long run. But still, it was proof that if you fucking just lower that price, people will take a chance on your product.
Mm-hmm.
So
Well,
these companies,
and that's a perfect example, and it is an excellent parallel of Hasbro buying Tonka Kenner or Kenner Tonka, however you want to. I say Tonka Kenner, but
can't beat them by them.
But what gave Hasbro the ability to buy out Milton Bradley, Tonka Kenner, all these guys? G.I. Joe.
Mm-hmm. Interesting.
The redheaded fucking stepchild brand gave them the ability to be the powerhouse they are today. Yeah. And then you get one stream out of 3, get fucked by the toys. We don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
But that being said, I will always say what I fall back on, like what you like. If you like it, who gives a shit what anybody else says? I back 2 Cobra motherships from Super 7, and I still own a Super 7 t-shirt, and I don't fucking care what you think.
Yeah, exactly. And if they keep making Conan toys, I'll keep buying them because nobody else is going to.
There you go. Right. And that's the beauty of a licensee, of licensing an IP. Like, oh, well, you're not going to dust that off. I mean, Hasbro doesn't want to make fucking Go Bits.
Yeah.
Speaking of Kenner Tonka, they don't want to make Go Bits. But I went on Big Bad Toy Store and I got that fucking 9-inch Revenge of Kronos fucking bike robo, that 9-inch Cykill, and he is bad as fuck. He's so
How much
cool.
was he?
It was like 50 something bucks.
He's
got
awesome.
3 magnetic faces and shit.
Yeah.
Blast effects, dude. He's awesome.
Awesome
Fucking
name too. One of the best names in fucking all of toy properties.
Well, Ryan chimes in.
I mean, I
Hey,
get
I
it.
always say it because I'm a toxic fuck. No, he's not. I'm just kidding. If you like Super 7, try not to be a better person, loser. Yeah,
Idiot.
exactly. Hasbro owns GoBots because they bought out Tonka Kenner. But yeah, 100%. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, 610 Yojo Jerk to chocolate.
Oh, that was
Starfish
earlier.
Limp Bizkit. Yeah,
I didn't, and I love them Biscuit too. I almost saw them local with Corey Feldman last year.
I caught it in the moment. I just, it was funny, so I wanted to use a clip.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Van Morrissey sent a $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Van Morrissey, and says, just dropped by for a quick hello, Replay Squad. Cheers, guys. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being Replay Squad, because all of us, we need our Replay Squads.
Oh, yeah.
That's where you get the views, kids.
Yeah,
It's awesome. Thank you. And then Bill, channel member for 3 months, says, good show, guys. I'll be showing y'all my Chadhole in person.
Whoa.
Hey-o.
Whoa.
Well,
easy.
thanks, Bill. And it'll be good to see you in a couple of days. Everybody else who's coming to DFW, come say hi, sign my show posters, and I'll give you some free fucking stickers.
Yay!
Maybe I'll photobomb your bullshit. Yeah. Ah, Justin Booth gifted a channel membership. Thank you so much, Justin. And because I haven't done it yet tonight, I'm yeah.
Wolverines! Hell yeah!
Thank you very much, Justin. I appreciate that. Hell yeah, Wolverines.
Yeah.
Headcanon, unlimited channel member for 3 months. Uses his chat. Good luck at DFW and happy hunting. Thank you, my friend. I shall. And then Ryan sends a $5 super chat on his way out the door. It says, my son goes around the house saying, it's Chad, even though he's only seen you like once on Ryan's show.
Hey, it's fun to say.
I appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the super chat. Tell your kid he's awesome and he has good taste. Yeah. You guys are all the best. I can't say thank you enough. Nicotronis, channel member since day one. Thank you, my friend Nico, friend Ninja Fran, says, night, night. Keep Chadholes tight.
Oh, thank you for the tip.
What if
you're thinking
what
on
if,
that one?
What if I want to keep my Chadhole raw dogged?
And don't date a
had
Brazilian
to.
woman.
Yeah. No, yeah. I had to. You guys are up tomorrow?
Yep. We got Cicanin and we got Jersey Maniac tomorrow.
Yeah.
So should be a fun show.
This guy likes to just yap about bullshit and try to get me in trouble with my wife.
That bullshit. That's
You almost did it, Chad, with your fucking strip club story. I had to bite my tongue that whole time.
Yeah, if he wasn't streaming, then that's what I got flipped.
Sorry. Yeah, the fuck. You're burning this shit. This guy's over here talking about staring at fucking sprinklers in the ceiling, and you're talking about how to build the money.
I zipped it. I had some things I wanted to say. Wife was cooking, zipped that shit right up. Yeah.
I would say I'm sorry, but I'm not.
No, I know. It's
not
fine.
sorry.
Hey, I'm on your turf.
Look, I come on your guys' turf, right?
You do.
And I love it. I love the
You're
smell.
gonna come
what?
On our turf, our state, pretty much. And I can't wait. I really can't wait to meet you in person.
Excited. Yeah.
Really looking forward to it.
Come on, I'm a tri-state kid. I'm fucking born in Connecticut, raised in Brooklyn. I lived in Edison, New Jersey. Come on, I know.
When's the last time you've been this way? When's the last time you've been out east? Whoa.
It was like June of 2002. I went home. I did not see that skyline, and it was weird.
Oh well, that still sucks.
Yeah, 2002.
First thing you're gonna do, eat some pizza or what?
Did I get some pizza?
No, when you come.
No, when you get here, you want real pizza. You get the real pizza. Everything else is shit.
There is a place here in Albuquerque. There's one pizzeria.
They
are like old school New Yorkers.
Oh, that's good.
And they make a good fucking pie.
All right.
So at least I got them.
True.
And their cannoli are really good. And when I go in there and I say cannoli, they know I mean more than one, because singularly it's cannolo. And I fucking hate when people are like, oh, can I get a cannoli? And I'm like, it's not singular, it's plural. Anyway, Tim Taser, no, man, I love them. They're easy to get into. Easy access.
People love your fucking shelves, buddy. You fucking really.
Thanks.
I give you It's Chad coupon code or something.
Oh. I don't know. Which one of you fine gentlemen wants to do the honors?
Let Gaines take us home. He
loves look at that, huh?
He loves taking us home.
Such a gentleman. He loves it. You're a fucking catcher, baby. Look at you with that beard. Let's go.
Listen. We talked about drinking hot dog water for some fucking reason. Strip clubs. We saw the wife. We talked about how shitty Super 7 is. And boy, they shitty. Bunch of fucking raw dogs showed up. and we had a good time. I always love being here. I'll come back again and again. So thank you, Chad. Thank you, Chadholes. Take care. Have fun.
I love you very much, but you know, you did say it. That being said, Angela, that was perfectly put. Both of you guys, I love you both very much. Thank you to everybody who came and hung out with us tonight. And hopefully you guys just, you know, had some fun, had a couple of laughs, and get bucked.
Chad, how insensitive of you.